Scrolling through the noise and the frenzy of the feed. Voices on the edge, begging for things they don't need. Streamer analysis, if you're a public figure, you can't escape. Accepting online commentary and criticism is a live streamer's fate. Streamer analysis.
All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in this vast world it is that you may or may not happen to be. Welcome once more to another live stream of Streamer Analysis in conjunction with IP2 Wiki Info Live and another little project that I'm moving forward with called StreamerParents. So make sure that all of you do subscribe to everything that I listed. I know it's a lot, but I'm a rather complex sort of woman. But let's see. So tonight we are going to go ahead and get to know the new kid on the block, Eric AF. Eric AF. We have seen him appear over in my chats, some other people's chats. He's a kind of a live streamer, comedian, recapper hybrid. He wears many hats when it comes to the realm of IRL. And he has an interesting personality. He absolutely does. I'd go as far as to say he's even a little bit of a wild card when it comes to a few equations that I'm covering and that some other people are covering in regards to some criminals, some people involved in various forms of trafficking, some people involved in various forms of drama, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, everyone subscribe to him first and foremost. Here's his tag, Eric, ERIC, A as in Apple, F as in Frank, 187. Eric AF187. And so far, honestly, from the minimal contact I've had with him, I like him. And you want to know what I like most about him? He seems authentically and genuinely interested in learning the history, aka lore, revolving around this community or these communities, because you can't say it's really just one. But he seems interested in learning the reality of things, not just certain false narratives that quite a few seem to be attempting to push. So we're going to take a look at a stream. Now, I posted a poll the other day. I posted another poll today, which really rendered some rather interesting results. But when did I post this other poll? Because I'd planned on doing this stream a couple days ago. Okay, here it is. 2 days ago, I posted the poll, who would you rather, or who would you prefer I do a recap and commentary on? And there were 3 options, Eric AF, Big Trolla, or Ski Mask Andy. I threw Big Trolla in there because that kind of weeds out those of you who don't watch me for the right reasons, okay? The actual poll, as I look at the results, was more so between Eric AF and Ski Mask Andy. Eric AF won. He won the poll by about 4%. So those of you who watch me for the right reasons, you did vote for this. But I am going to give some of you who watch me for the wrong reasons a little bit of a treat tonight, because the live stream that I am going to cover does include Big Trolla, but it's not really about her so much. It's more so about Eric AF. And I'm really looking forward to listening to that stream that we're going to review in a bit, because it's probably going to give us a lot of insight into Eric AF's personality and the kind of person that he is. What I really like about him also is that he seems to genuinely want to help certain people. I kind of gave Eric AF a mini mission in regards to ensuring that Big Trolla was pointed in the direction of some information that I put out there the other day. And we're going to go over that information. And from a few things that I've been told and from what I've seen, she is aware of the information. Will she encompass the suggestions and the information into her lifestyle? No, she won't. Just like she will never stop live streaming. And I don't think anyone should encourage her to stop live streaming at this point. I do think that people definitely need to continue to be authentically concerned for her daughter and for my stream is not working. Okay, I don't know how much you were able to get of what I was saying, but anyway, I was saying in regards to Victrola, nobody tried to discourage her from streaming. If she wants to stream, she can stream. We all make choices in life, and she's not that interesting to begin with. So, seriously, who cares? But anyway, we are going to go over that information that I know Eric is aware of before we get started, just because I'm not speaking privately to anyone in these communities anymore unless I'm planning to do a collaboration with them in the future. That's the only way, via in person or via StreamYard, meaning a collaboration. But yeah, let's look at this real quick. Let me enlarge it over here, because some of you didn't get this information, and then once we go through the information, we'll get to the recap and whatnot. I don't know how long this stream is going to be, but I just want to make sure everyone sees a little something. Okay, this is what I asked the AI not too long ago. I asked, what suggestions do you have in regards to a minor age child who's being targeted on social media with verbal, malicious insults, including references to the child engaging in inappropriate behavior as she gets older? In this situation, the child's mother engages in lifestyle streaming and drama coverage, commentating, which I can't even read tonight. Okay, lifestyle streaming and drama coverage, commentating, which does tend to attract some negative attention her way. In addition, the mother of the child does appear to be a bit addicted to live streaming and has very low impulse control when it comes to reacting to people who are essentially bullying her daughter. All right, so there's a lot of information here. Those of you who want to screen cap it, you can, but point number 3 is what is the important part. And this is why I say, don't worry about her streaming or not streaming, meaning Victrola, because she's never going to stop. And she's definitely never going to do any of these things. that we're about to go over in section or point number 3. What not to do. Very important in regards to her situation, okay? These responses feel natural but make things worse. Publicly calling out commenters. She's never going to stop doing that. Defending the child on stream. Never going to stop doing that. That's a huge part of her show. Constantly complaining about people mentioning her child. Naming accounts or showing comments. That's definitely never going to stop. Threatening people live. Definitely will not stop. Emotional breakdowns on camera. Well, that's what her entire content is. So she's never going to stop, okay? And there's no point in really suggesting that she do anything at this point. But what we do need to do is spread awareness in regards to the detrimental effects that unfortunately her daughter likely will suffer, along with the negative impact of such behavior, negatively impacting the development not only of her daughter, but any child who has a parent along the lines of Big Trolla. So Eric AF, to my knowledge, did relay some of that information to her. My audio is off, really? Well, let's find out. Let's see. I have no audio? All right, let's reboot the audio. Give me one moment. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the audio's fine now. It's fine. All right. And if you have a bad attitude, you don't have to be in here. There's so many streams that you can watch. Thousands, maybe millions at this point. Maybe millions. I don't really know. But here's what we are going to do. We're going to go ahead and get started and look at a little something. But before we get started, I guess we could watch like a little music video or something. Which one do I want to watch? Or which one do I want you to watch? Let's start with this one. Let's do this one. And I'll be back in just a moment. Let's see.
He's a ghost in the glow of the subway lights, streaming lives from a room in New York at night. Slick talk, cold hard, thinking crime's a game, selling meth on a live stream, hiding behind a fake name. And every step he takes just pulls him deeper down, a villain in his own story, rotten to the crown. No bunny, meth mommy, that's the hook he drops for clout. A twisted little tagline for a scheme that's running out. He thinks no one's gonna catch him, but the truth is closing in. You can't outrun justice when your whole life's built on sin. He spews hate in the chat, masking fear with bile, targeting black women with every crooked smile. A small man with a spotlight, pushing harm to kids, thinking New York's noise will cover everything he did. But every hate-filled word and every toxic sale is etched into the net, and the net don't fail. He thought the stream could hide him, that the Discord made him strong, but every lie he's throwing just proves him dead wrong. Cause the NYPD never sleeps, and the truth don't disappear. The knock is getting closer, footsteps he's starting to hear. Snow bunny, meth mommy, that's the hook he drops for clout. A twisted little tagline for a scheme that's running out. He thinks no one's gonna catch him, but the truth is closing in. You can't outrun justice when built on sin.
All right, we're back. Just give me one moment. It's a little late. I'm a little tired, so I think I'm a little out of sorts, not as organized as I normally would be, but sometimes it's like that. I'm not a full-time live streamer like some people, and I wouldn't want to be. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this because I've looked at a little bit of this exchange, this live stream between Eric AF 187 and Big Trolla, but I haven't watched the whole thing. Let's see. I don't even know how long of a stream it is, really. Let's take a look. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch some of it. We're going to get to know Eric. Make sure that all of you do subscribe to him. No, not you, Eric. Yubnub81. This isn't about you tonight. This is about this other person, Eric AF 187. So we're gonna get to know him. Here we go. And just so that all of you know, I did ask Eric AF 187 the other night if he was attached. In other words, is he in a relationship? He said that he is happily taken. Okay, so he is not single. He, to my knowledge, is a father of a daughter. He has claimed that he's not single. He only streams, I would say, about 1 day a week, I believe on Saturdays. But he does enjoy getting to know the streamers and the history and the lore. Okay?
Did it work?
Yeah, you're live. I see it.
And something that someone did point out to me who has known me publicly and privately for many years, even though I'm not talking to her right now because I'm not talking to anybody behind the scenes when it comes to these communities at this point, unless I'm going to do a collaboration with them. But someone pointed out to me that physically his look is very similar to somebody known as Danny, who Big Trolla either dated or knew at some point in time. And I hadn't known what Danny looked like, but I did see a picture of him. And Danny, or Eric, is pretty much a doppelganger for Danny, which is very interesting. But let's get into this.
It's not showing up on mine. There it is. Cool. Cool. What up?
Oh, yeah,
What up, guys?
He's hyperactive.
Hello.
Disingenuous smile on her part.
Who's in
She's
chat?
nervous.
I seen PPM, right?
We got Traveling Jack and PPM.
Yeah, I posted the link before I ended my stream.
They should have done some background music or something with this.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you for coming over.
And it looks like they're going to be recapping.
Let's fucking go!
Someone known as Icky J. All right, he's trying to get the energy up by being loud.
We got control in the house, motherfucker! And we're gonna talk some shit. We're gonna be mean. And we're gonna be angry, probably.
I mean, I'd say we'll be mean, not angry, though, because I think people think I'm angry, but I just like to get hype.
No,
well,
she's very angry. She's probably one of the angriest women I think I've ever seen, ever. Nothing but anger, never addresses what her actual issues are. It's interesting. But she's starting out like that. Let's make sure you guys can, we'll just put this up here. But yeah, we're gonna really analyze this. And that's why I'm doing this over on the Streamer Analysis channel. Those of you who want to chat, you do need to be in the IP2 Wiki Info chat. You need to be a subscriber. But let's take a look at this. This is gonna be fun for me. We are going to overanalyze this to death. Here we go.
I didn't know this, that Victoria talked about our parenting.
Well, a lot of people are going to talk about the streamer parents parenting. That's why there's a new project I put together called Streamer Parents. How are you going to make it known that you're a parent and be a live streamer and expect people not to talk about your parenting? Complete delusion. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the first clip I'm gonna play right now. I'm the one that yells. I get to be like the devil on your shoulder. You know what I mean? I'm the one that fucking swears and be mean, and then you're the one that's like, you know what? You're just kind of a piece of shit, and I'm like, you're a piece of shit, and I hate you.
no. I kind of agree when it comes to them too.
So yeah, that was nothing, like nothing to do with me. I was just like always not the A sound you do. Oh, okay. I don't know how anyone could hate you. Oh, there's all kinds of people that hate me. Kind of hard to type out. Someone banned the fake me. No, dude, I don't ban people unless they start talking like horrible stuff about my family. If I banned
Liar.
every person that talked.
So far, Icky J is a liar. So far, Big Trolla is a liar. I don't know enough about him to be able to assess if he's gonna lie about anything or has lied about anything just yet. Hey, Clumsy, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Shit in here. I don't think there would be anybody in chat except for maybe like 3 people, and that's about
I'll
it.
take that as a confession.
And 2 of them are just psyopsing me, so you know.
What does she think psyopsing means?
With the silent T.
She says that word all the time. It's like her new word. It's like vegan's new word.
Yeah, like she just learned it.
Words. Yeah.
Nobody is
psyopsing me.
This whole community is about psyopsing, actually. Whoever Icky J is not out of bounds by saying that, and neither is vegan.
Oh man, look at this psyop going on right now. Well, I'm gonna look up the definition of the word psyop.
I know what a psyop is. So
do you?
Yeah, a psyop is like basically like people think that Sandy Hook was a psyop, meaning that people think like it was like a government orchestrated conspiracy, so to speak.
Okay.
Nobody's psyoping you, Victoria. No one cares enough about you to psyop.
No, a lot of people are psyoping her at this point. And a psyop is not necessarily what she claimed. Let me give you all the correct definition on that. One moment. Okay. A psyop is a planned activity using targeted messages via media, social media, or pamphlets to influence audiences' emotions, motives, reasoning, and behavior to support specific objectives. Essentially winning hearts or minds. It doesn't have to be military. It doesn't have to be political. I mean, look at some of the things going on revolving around the parties outlined on rumoredpedo.com right now. They've launched several psyops in order to essentially win over a certain audience in regards to condoning their activity, whereas demonizing people who have pointed it out, who don't engage in any of the activity that they engage in. Yeah. But let's keep going.
Psyop you.
Everybody's psyoping me.
Yeah, we're conspiracy theorying her.
That. Yeah, I have an interesting accent. I was on Beta's panel, and beat at.
I'm actually surprised that she was willing to get on panel with him because he enjoys beer and she has criticized out the wazoo people who enjoy alcoholic beverages. I've heard her say before that she thinks that alcohol is a worse drug than a lot of illegal substances. So that's surprising to me. But I think that she likes what he looks like despite him being attached because she would know his relationship status at this point. Absolutely.
Told me I didn't sound Canadian compared to where is the phone? Where is the phone? Oh my god, yeah, dude. I couldn't find the freaking phone.
And she has that shirt of hers really pulled down extra low to expose her cleavage while she's talking to him. That's interesting.
It's weird, dude. My shit goes like, I don't know if it's just my memory, but I swear I lay things down somewhere and then when I go to look for it, it's not there. Also the sorry.
It's called
How
being
does
a
the American say it?
dumbass.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Chad.
All those pills she pops.
My imposter almost convinced you to dislike me. That's okay, dude. I
So, Big Troll is criticizing the person speaking, claiming that they pop pills. How would she know? We've never seen this person, Icky J, before on stream. There's no way to know whether she's on substances or not. That's interesting. Okay.
Where's this
Yeah.
part at? I thought I timestamped.
Anyways, I'm talking like you don't know everything about it. You shouldn't be here. You're not valued. Yeah, dude. What are you fucking valued for? And so I think that's an
Uh-oh.
My
accomplishment.
titties.
But his already.
That's how she truly does feel. That's why she always has her breasts on full display. It's interesting to me because as Big Trolla has progressed, she's adopted more so of a porn star look than ever before, but yet she's very critical of porn stars and women who have either a history in the adult entertainment industry or who currently work in the adult industry. But she does have a look that she's developed for herself that is very stereotypical of a woman who's an adult industry worker, from constantly showing extreme cleavage to the false nails to the false lashes. I've actually noticed that when it comes to a lot of women in these communities who claim that they're against sex work or the adult industry, constantly criticizing women who might have a past in that world, but none of them seem to have a very natural look. They all have more of an artificial porn star look than women in these communities who actually have been porn stars. It's the strangest thing to me. But then again, often people do protest what they cannot be.
The too large ego that he has by me talking about him obsessively. I mean, this is his like freaking critique of me was that I don't know all the IP2 lore. Like it's like because I don't have an encyclopedia knowledge of it, like Gish.
Well, there used to be an encyclopedia of it that still could become public again, but I need to think about it. It was ip2.info. And guess who created, operated, and controlled that? Yours truly, me. I had to pull it because people were weaponizing the information. That's what happened. But there did used to be an encyclopedia of the streamers. Absolutely.
Does like I don't know like the first.
No, you don't know anything.
Time being queefed on
She knows some.
screen on like the stream.
Every single thing she gets.
And I don't like this person who they're recapping. I don't even think it's truly a female. There's some people in these communities who you do see who present themselves as female that in actuality are not also. We'll talk about that another day. But there's a lot of strange things going on as of late.
First, like
yeah, she knows nothing.
Watch the video.
Time like Mike got drunk and pissed himself.
Well, she knows some. And what I've noticed about this one, Big Trolla, is that she does seem to be strategically attempting to either silence or weaponize others against people who do know the true history and the lore. And he is someone who seems interested in learning the true history and the lore. The person who really knows nothing but is heavily profiting off of these communities right now would be Sandman, and he's desperate to know more of the history and the lore, but no one's really telling him very much, which is to the benefit of people who don't want him around, of course, but he's desperate to learn. Part of the reason that he's painting a lot of false narratives about me right now is because I do know. And I don't just know, but I've met a lot of the streamers. I've been around the streamers. I've been a streamer myself. And I'm a recapper and a commentator. And I archive a lot of the information. And I don't hide. You all know exactly who I am. You know almost everything about me. There's other people who know more of the lore than I do, but they can't show themselves at all. And they're scared to death for their information to be out there. I'm basically a unicorn. But let's keep going.
Like, I don't like, these are not the
She does.
things
It's
that
like
I
she
have,
literally
like,
doesn't even watch the
you
video.
know,
She just hears
Oh,
about it
at
and
my
like,
disposal
here,
that
I
I
know
can
what
kind
she
of
happened
acts
without
like
even
she
looking.
knows, though. That's
bring
the
out and just like
problem.
say I'm fully well versed in the whole IP2 lore.
But if that's a problem, why is it a problem when it comes to her for Big Trolla, but why isn't it a problem when it comes to Sandman and Zaya and the parties outlined on rumoredpedo.com? That's why I say she shouldn't stop streaming, but she should be a lot more honest with herself and the audience. She's wanted to be a Higa for a long time. She should just go ahead and openly be a part of their group. I mean, if she were to be a part of the Higa group, her audience would expand. She would probably make more money. I mean, all she has to do is file some false police reports against me. And she already has. Why not just move forward with what the Higas want you to do, Big Trolla? Why not? Be yourself.
Like, dude, I don't fucking care. Like, do you think that's an accomplishment by knowing everything about every IP2 streamer? Do you
Considering how the genre of entertainment of IRL is growing, knowing that authentic information is a big thing. And a lot of people don't know certain pieces of information. So,
think
yeah.
there's like some
No, but if you're gonna
course I
recap
can take in
IP2, know
college
something
so
about
that I
it.
can learn all the back lore of
Fucking dumb
degenerates
bitch.
online? Is that
Why is she screaming?
something to be proud of? Is this something I should hang on my wall, like a certificate of being an expert on degenerate streamers on here? But this is just the
Now, he's interesting. He's really listening to what this woman has to say, meaning the girl that they're recapping. He's really listening. She's just reacting.
type of mentality that
We don't
bloggers
expect her to know
working with.
everything. We just
This
expect her
type
to
of
like at
gatekeeping
least
ass
get
shit
some
that
things
goes on
right.
Yeah.
in
Know
a lot of
something.
like
She knows
online
nothing.
communities. They're like, you don't know everything about it. You shouldn't be here.
Imagine if she was like a news anchor or something. And she would just like make up stories. She'd be like, so some guy was in the neighborhood, killed a couple dogs, and I think that it might have been a shotgun, but it could
I
have
don't
been
know.
a handgun too.
But it doesn't matter. Whoever Icky J is a part of what I would call the vegan verse. And she's definitely not a news anchor. I don't think anybody would ever mistake whoever Icky J is as a news anchor. We don't even see who the person is. But that's a part of the vegan verse. I don't think anyone is keeping the vegan verse afloat right now, except for whoever Icky J is.
Heard.
Yeah, I heard it was a girl, but some people said it was a guy. Like,
But that's
we're
what she
watching the news.
does.
You're supposed to have the story right.
She spits stories like they're like she'll say things like she has said. I've not heard her, but I know she said this because who it came from. She has said that I was 20 years old dating like a 14 or a 15-year-old.
Okay. I don't remember exactly what her age was when the situation occurred, but there was an occurrence in her life when she was either 18 or older and she was dating a guy that was underage. She claimed she didn't know that the guy was underage, but that's something that actually happened. I'd have to find the clip because I remember I did some streams commentating on that particular situation. It was Skelly of the Outcast Owls and his group at the time that focused on it.
And she says it as if it's fact, like she knows that it happened. That's not true.
It is true. She might not have the age correct, but it is true. She's talked about it before. Give me a moment. I'm not positive exactly what the ages were, but I remember talking about it. Let's see. It's not that one. I think I found it. Because I remember her talking about that. We'll talk about another day, because I do want to make sure that I get that story right. But yeah, she was definitely 18 or older, and she was dating this guy who was underage, and not just dating him. I think that she was like living in his mother's home or something briefly. It was a weird situation, but she did talk about it. Okay.
Even close.
So she was afraid that he would have known about it. So she went out of her way to address it so that he wouldn't bring it up and she wouldn't be caught off guard. Interesting tactic. Okay.
Every time somebody says something, she like takes it as a fact. Like somebody will say something in chat, she'll be like, "Oh, really?"
Well,
I
dated.
heard Eric AF jumped off the 2-story building and landed on his feet, and she'd be like, "Oh man!" Like that's what, like she doesn't ask for proof. If anything, she just takes.
No, she believes
word.
everything like it's Bible, like because if she's told it by her chat, it has to be true.
I've never heard her try to say degenerate. Armstrong said she can't pronounce degenerate. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
That's interesting that he's talking about. And again, I don't like anything to do with that Icky J person because they're not forthright in coming out about who they are. I don't like when people hide. But he probably shouldn't be talking about anyone's speech pattern because he has a mild lisp, a little bit of a speech impediment. And I'm not knocking him for it, but he does.
Have you ever heard her try to say
She can't say chatter. She says chatter.
And she does too.
Chatterers.
Yeah, chatterers.
It's so dumb.
What up, chatterers?
So stupid.
You're not valued. Yeah, dude, what are you fucking valued for? Like whipping out your fucking dick and being in your parents'
Who's she
basement
talking
acting like
about?
you're some like
Blackout?
deep, like, you know,
Hmm.
introspective man who whacks off to fucking random bitches who give you just like a little tiny bit of freaking attention.
Blogger?
Oh yeah, I should have known. Like, you can only be an expert on things you want. Imagine using like I know, dude. And I use me overly blade. Like, bro, like, was I like supposed to know like the first time he passed out, like, drunk and pissed himself? Like, am I supposed to like if had I known all of like the lore behind all of these streamers, would you guys have embraced me fully? I've always told everybody, hey, dude, I come from the VP verse. I was not very
So she does acknowledge that she primarily has focused on vegan. Interesting.
Lot of
I wasn't
things.
into freaking live
Is
streamers.
VP what? There's no VP verse. Like,
Yes, there is. People have designated things revolving around Vegan Patriot as the vegan verse for a long time.
It's like, it's not a real. These are not real words.
She's giving her way too much
No, it's a real term. I've used it pretty frequently.
credit. Like the VP verse. Like VP's like this famous fucking person.
She is. I guess you would use the word more so infamous. She has a lot of issues. She never promoted herself properly. She hasn't really had much of a chance to, considering a few things. Vegan is someone who would benefit tremendously from having a real business manager. But would she ever follow the business manager's advice or instruction? Probably not. But she is infamous. Highly trafficked when it comes to people watching her. She just never pulled it together.
Oh my god, it's so delusional.
That's crazy to me. The VP verse. Yeah, she has
Yeah, the vegan verse.
her own verse. No.
It's
She doesn't even
extra
have her own
cringy.
half of a verse.
The only person that I kind of consistently watched that was sort of live streamer-esque, but really wasn't, was freaking Trisha Paytas. Okay, if the imposter pops back, they didn't spell my name Hawkeye Life correctly in their name, so check that to confirm it's not me.
Who gives a shit?
But
What is it?
Yeah.
I know that they're man. Women are just more cattier, and I notice a lot of them are not really great with comebacks. They kind of fucking suck.
Cattier.
Like these bitches will say shit in chat. Meanwhile, bitch, you got kids. Like, why the fuck you living in somebody's chat? Like, I got a dog, okay? Like, you talking about my elderly mother. Meanwhile, you got fucking kids that rely on you to take care of them, and you're too busy typing in chat trying to act cute. That's fucking hella fucking weird. That's the shit that I don't understand.
It's hella weird that you're bringing up people's
have
kids.
insomnia?
That
No, it's not. I mean, at this point, you have... Wow. The other night, I went over some information in regards to, unfortunately, it being federally and on a state level in California legal for people to accept user-generated content in the form of TTS donations to insult and target a minor. That is what's happened to this woman's child when it comes to the parties outlined primarily on rumorpedo.com. The individual known as Zaya and the individual known as Pebbies have consistently targeted this woman's child utilizing the user-generated TTS messages, right? And unfortunately, it's legal for them to do. Has she ever made the correct kinds of reports to social media about it, though? Unclear. And then she's going to say it's weird to talk about people's children. We wouldn't know about her child unless she had presented the child to us. That's what she does. No getting around it. Now, he doesn't seem to do that, but she does. They're trying to push this idea that it's weird to mention any streamer's child. No, it's not weird, and you're perfectly legally in bounds if you decide to do so. Of course, you should have a level of morals and ethics. Of course, you should be at least somewhat classy and have tact about it. But no, you're in bounds. And there is something coming in the next 5 or so years, which will be the second generation of streamers. Do you understand how many streamers are parents and their children aren't just streaming on their own? Their parents are encouraging their children to grow up to be streamers of various types. I did a whole stream about this the other night. So anyone who's sitting there saying, it's weird to talk about people's kids. No, it's not. Not at all. And it's possible that we should be talking about the streamer parents' children a bit more to figure out what kind of live streamers their parents may cultivate them to become. It is not at all uncommon for children to go into the same line of work as their parents. We see that all the time in the mainstream Hollywood world or industry. We see it in various other industries: banking, teaching, fashion design, running a little food shop. So yeah, it's not weird. We can. But she wants to push a certain idea because she's not comfortable with the type of parent that she is. And she doesn't want anyone to talk about it. You know, I posted a poll that on the last time I checked, it looked like over 99 people have voted in the poll. And I just posted it a few hours ago. And the question was, if Big Trolla hypothetically had a chance to select between who she'd like to go to prison for 15 years, starting tomorrow, and there would be zero chance of the public finding out that she is the one who made the decision, who do you think she would select? And there were only 2 options, Zaya or me. Now, of course, there's some people who I'm sure voted multiple times from multiple alts, but let's say that even, well, let's say about 100 people have voted. And this is a high tally for my polls. So far, over 70% of the people think that she would select to put me in prison, opposed to Zaya. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because I embody a tremendous amount of credibility and people actually listen to what I have to say. And I have criticized her extensively when it comes to certain blunders that she's made in regards to her parenting. She'd rather someone who's essentially a clown like Zaya be free than somebody like me. Let's keep going.
That's hella weird.
Sometimes, this may be behind the scenes, but the women do the most orchestration of targeting, and then they sound like the Karen's full-blown liars. The dudes maybe get less attention. I think Vegan, you have more women watching you.
Yes, she does. Icky J definitely is not who they present themselves to be, but they do have a tremendous grasp of certain things going on. But they do also have an agenda. I wonder what it is exactly.
And yeah, you definitely have women like that. Dude, I was freaking literally reading comments, and it was in like YouTube Butterflies, and all of these bitches were talking mad shit about you and me. And I'm thinking to myself, majority of you fucking bitches have kids. Like, can you imagine?
So what?
It's so pathetic. You know.
Well, it's very relevant. If you're going to be in the public, if people are going to know who you are, we're going to know if you have children or not. Sorry. Just because people talk about you being a parent, it doesn't make them a predator. But what you need to decide as a parent who may choose to live stream is, do you want people to know about your child? And you have to remember, children aren't children forever. They do grow up. And often they look at mommy or daddy and they think to themselves, gosh, I guess I should model myself after mommy or daddy. And if mommy or daddy is a live streamer, there's a very high probability that their child will become a live streamer, not only as a teenager, but as an adult. Is that something that you want for your child if you're a live streamer and a parent? Something to think about.
Your job is to take care of your family. I would think so. I would think that I wouldn't be spending my time on fucking YouTube drama and talking about, live streamers on here in such a catty, pathetic kind of way. I'd be taking care of my family. But I guess
Idiot
priorities
bitch.
for
We
these
do
women,
take
at least
care
the
of our
ones that kind of
family.
stay
She has a lot of help taking care of her child. And she does spend a disproportionate amount of time streaming versus parenting. But is she ever going to stop? No. And I don't think anyone should stop her. Why are you going to stop somebody's free will? It's pointless. Now, he, on the other hand, seems to understand balance. He streams once a week. I've seen him several times in various chats, but he, to my knowledge, is not nearly like this one. This one is an extreme case of someone who has not found balance between mothering and live streaming, and she probably never will.
into the whole
We take care of our families,
IPT
and then
drama
in our spare time, we
We
talk
make fun
about
of you.
shit on the
You, Eric AF, do it in your spare time. He does it in his spare time. And make sure you all do subscribe to him, Eric AF 187. But she does not. She does it all the time, basically full time.
fucking internet.
to them, then and a lot of people be like, well, they're just trying to unwind, dude.
She's actually having a very bad reaction to whoever Icky J is. The way she's moving, rocking back and forth. She's actually acting a little bit like how Chicken Cakes acts when Chicken Cakes is on camera and gets upset about something. Same body language. Interesting.
This is your
No, she acts like this is all we do is sit on fucking YouTube.
Eric, how many hours you
Well,
work?
that is all she does. And why does she keep putting her breast all up in the camera? It's kind of weird.
Work a week? How many hours you work a week?
A lot.
None of your business. But he works full time and he streams on the weekend one day. I don't think I've seen him do extensive day after day after day after day after day of streaming, but that's what she does. I almost wonder, do I want to say? No, I don't. But I do wonder exactly how intelligent he is, because if I didn't know better, I would almost think that he baited her into commentating on this stream so that we could witness her cognitive dissonance. I don't think that he would just be that diabolical, but we don't know how extensive of a troll he is. He does seem to be a wild card who came out of nowhere. He's the new kid on the block and whatnot. I don't know, because this is funny to me.
You work over 40 hours in a week, no?
Yeah.
So do I. So I think that we're entitled to come on the internet a couple of hours a week and laugh at these fucking.
Ooh, she comes out. Has anyone clocked her lately as to how many hours a week she streams? Has anyone? Let's take a look at something. Hold up. Not that it matters. We're just having fun over here, over analyzing streamer analysis. But let's take a look. Let's see. So let's just be conservative here. Let's say 7 days a week. Basically, she streams. We're going to go back 7 days ago and let's tally how many hours she streamed last week. And then we could even look at a calculator. That's okay. What can I use? I guess we can do this one. I just need a little calculator. My other phone died. Is there a calculator on here? Should be. Isn't it weird how, like, when you never do anything with numbers, you don't know how to find a calculator on your phone? All right. So I know it's a holiday and whatnot, holiday week, but let's just tally this. And we're just going to round up and round down. All right. So 7 days ago, she did a stream for approximately 6 hours. 6 days ago, 3.5 hours. We'll just say 3 hours. 5 days ago, 5 hours. 4 days ago, 6 hours. 3 days ago, 8 hours. 2 days ago, 5 hours. 2 days ago again, 5 more out, almost 6 hours. We'll just say, no, we'll say 6. Okay. 19 hours ago, 11 hours. Almost 12. We'll just say 11. We're going to round down. 5 hours ago, 3 hours. So last week, she streamed 53 hours, or over the past 7 days, she has streamed 53 hours. That's a lot. You know what? Let's go back about 2 weeks ago. I'm curious now. All right, we'll just start with this one right here. Because this was a holiday week. Maybe that's why she streamed heavy. Okay. So about 14 days ago, 3 hours. 13 days ago, 4 hours. 11 days ago, 1 hour. 10 days ago, 2 hours. And then another 2 hours. 9 days ago, 4 hours. 8 days ago, we'll round down, 4 hours. Okay. 20 hours. So she's streaming between 20 and 53 hours a week. I'm really curious. I'm gonna go ahead and look at 3 weeks ago now. I want to do an average. Let's see. All right, starting with how many is this? Okay, 4. $29 hours. Okay. Let's see. 20 plus 29 plus 52 divided by 3. I don't think I did that right. She's averaging around 30 to 32 hours of live streaming a week. Interesting.
Degenerates.
Especially at like nighttime and stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
what else do they want us to do?
Man, listen, when I was a degenerate and I was on the internet
know.
20
You still are a degenerate to an extent, Big Trolla. She doesn't see herself clearly.
24/7 like a lol cow, I got laughed at too.
Yeah, still are a lol cow, yeah.
Get over it, Icky.
Definition of unwinding being acting like this is high school and you talking shit about people you don't know at all. Like, that's what I don't understand.
Hypocrite. You did that. You
Whoever Icky J is a hypocrite, yes, in that regard.
do that still to this day, and you've done it ever since you started your channel. So
That's all she
everything you say
does.
is everything she says is just hypocritical as fuck because she has zero fucking self-awareness. She just doesn't understand that she is a lolcow, and that
She's like,
I can't tell. I can't tell if Eric AF is leading her into getting a certain kind of content from her or if he just doesn't know her history. I can't tell.
it's ridiculous.
Don't make fun of people's bodies while I body shame everyone else.
Exactly.
Hi, babe.
Do you know the majority that went ham on me were all, dude, I understand that, vegan. I 100% believe that. I think there was definitely,
Of course
women that initially liked you and that came from the Carterverse. You had all these catty kind of women that were circling around a man that had mental illness and drug addiction dependency.
I'm gonna need more beer
enabling
for this.
him.
And
then
All right.
after that kind of whole arc ended,
That's what she did with
in the
Nick.
bathtub, they all kind of like moved on and tried to find someone else that they could circle around. And I noticed they did that with you. I noticed that a lot of like people that were once in your chat and you had a falling out with them, they would go into Nick's chat and start talking shit about you. That sort of became their safe haven for them to kind of attack you on here. I literally know zero vegan lore. I know about the pee incident. They all turned when I didn't have time to cater to their neediness. Yeah,
She's not a good panel guest because while he's up doing whatever he's doing, she should be, a bit more verbal or animated or something. And she's just boring. Very boring.
somebody who kind of dealt with a little bit of that kind of stuff, I can understand. Like, I'm not good with interactions with people, particularly when it comes to like parasocial sort of relationships or any kind of relationships that's based on online. It doesn't necessarily have to be parasocial. I'm just not good with that. And some people took that very personally and they would get upset with me. I'm like, dude, I'm just a freaking live streamer. I'm not like,
You're not a live streamer, Icky.
the best I can do is just like talk to you, while I'm streaming.
You're a
Beyond that
lolcow.
is a little too much,
So her objective at this point
You're literally a lolcow.
is to designate other people lolcows, but suppress or stifle her own history. And then she doesn't want any criticism in the present. Well, that's not going to work.
Okay. Yeah, and the thing with, I don't know what happened between you and Melissa Turds. I know Melissa was definitely a part of the Carterverse, and so you had all these women. A lot of them are older. A lot of them around my age, or they're older. They have kids. You would think they would conduct themselves in a little bit, at least. Yeah. Okay. The thing about
they don't conduct themselves in a socially acceptable way because very few people are forcing them to take accountability. Okay? Very few people are covering them. Now, as many of you know, I've started the StreamerParents project and I'm moving forward like a freight train with that. But many of you have witnessed me contend with a tremendous amount of targeted harassment, organized stalking, people creating false narratives about me, blatantly lying, even trying to get legalities involved, all an effort to stop there being coverage of the reality of a lot of the parents within these communities. That's why it's gotten as bad as it has. That's why. This is the first time that people who are looking at this situation, including myself, haven't been able to stop. I've had distractions, I've had various things happen in my life, but it's time to go ahead and basically lay the groundwork for covering what's going to be deemed as the second generation of live streamers. So, you know. But whoever this Icky J is, I wish whoever it is would just suck it up and be forthcoming about who they are. I really wish that, because they do have an excellent grasp of things, but they're so fearful. And then they are hypocritical, whoever they are. There is no place for anonymity in the future. I am going to let y'all know that. It's pointless.
Cat.
Does having kids like
EP,
make
I
us
want to talk about this a little
inhuman?
bit. That
Like
one-
that?
No, it just means that you need to conduct yourself accordingly. That's what it means. I think she might think having children makes somebody viewed in a certain light. But you can't do whatever you want. Sorry.
Makes
and
no
it's probably one
sense.
of the most
But whoever Icky J is really does trigger her to an extensive degree.
vile, most horrible, most saddest fucking women that I've ever met or had the misfortune of talking to on here. She's the same one that I think in the end really fucked up
Oh,
my
he has a whole cooler of beer. Good for him.
channel
Subscribe to Eric AF 187.
and really kind of made the relationship between you and Nick worse off than what it was before, because she definitely was interfering with that. Her and Q created this kind of like drama channel that was based upon just pretty much harassing us. And
Hey, if you have kids, you're not allowed to talk about anybody on the internet ever.
No, you're allowed to, but you need to understand that people will talk about you. I think it's an easy concept to wrap your mind around. If you're a live reality streamer, you're presenting your real self, right? And if you have children, that's a part of your life. If you're a reality streamer, lifestyle streamer, whatever it is, so you do need to conduct yourself accordingly. I don't really think anyone has ever been irrational about it. You know, I was one of the people who initially was saying, no, I don't think parents should live stream, but there are success stories. There are some parents who find the appropriate balance. Should they be penalized? No. Should anyone be penalized? I'm not law enforcement. But when it comes to allowing your child's presence to basically enrich somebody through that person becoming a sort of a conduit for others to insult that child, and then you're profiting from it. No, I don't agree with that. I consider that to be public humiliation and public abuse, actually, of a minor if that's occurring. And that's what's happened with this one's child, the woman. So you can be a parent in live stream. It's inevitable. I mean, we're already about to look at the second generation of live streamers from parents who live stream. But you have to be realistic about the consequences or the after effects of whatever it is that you do. But that goes for parenting in general. You know, some people would look at me and they'd be like, oh, bitch, Alex, you're not a parent. No, I'm not. And some of the best psychologists and psychiatrists who help parents are child-free by choice. Sometimes when you're not in it, but you're an observer, you notice more than people who are in it. In other words, somebody who's child-free by choice often does notice more about parents than other parents notice about other parents. But yeah, we're going to talk about the streamer parents extensively, indefinitely.
Crazy.
If you have kids, you better be right there next to your kid the entire day.
I'd be staring at them all day, every day.
Just stare at them. Just be like.
If you're a chatter, I hate to say it, but if you're somebody who's a chatter and you've told people about yourself, you're fair game. I'm sorry. And I don't like this Icky J person. I think that whoever it is freaking weird as hell. I don't like people who hide behind anonymity. Never have, never will. But I'm going to read your comment. Cats, what is your screen name? Cats Karma Trino 7220 says, "Hi, Alex and chat. I'm the one Icky J hates with a passion. She also attacks my child, and I'm only a chatterer." How does she know that you even have a child unless you were talking about it? And then why would you talk about it, especially within this kind of community? I'm sorry. But if you're a parent in these communities, you are fair game, and there's nothing that can be done about it. I'm not the type of person who's going to become a conduit to where people can insult your child and to where I profit from it through like that TTS system. That's what that guy Zaya Pebb, that guy Sandman, that's what they do. But strangely, this woman seems to be condoning a lot of what they do. Whereas someone like me who's just talking about the theme of it is condemned. But I'm probably condemned because I keep it very real. Maybe too real for some of you.
Where do you think you're going? Yeah, I don't think so, buddy.
So stupid.
I gotta keep an eye on you. This lolcow piece of crap on the internet said I gotta be a better parent, so here I am. What do you want to do?
Our family on here, and they made
Two
this kind of
dumb
safe
bitches.
haven for a lot of the people that didn't like you and didn't like me and Scribbles to go in there.
She
and just say,
really likes him because she is almost perfectly mirroring his language at this point. Wow.
horrible, disgusting, vile things about
What
us.
up, Malice?
She was
She attacked you for being a chatter mermaid because she wanted to impress Sandman. Let me approve your comments, mermaid, really quick. And she gets her information from tattoo. Are you talking about that guy Scribbles? That's interesting. We're probably going to end up learning more about Icky J because this woman has brought a lot of attention to her. And there's someone known as YubNub81 that Icky J seems to have been in an relationship with, even though Eric YubNub81 has never seen Icky J. The reason I know he's never seen her is because his twin brother told me. So we will end up learning more about whoever that is. But whoever that is wouldn't get the attention that they're getting if it really weren't for her bringing attention to her. And she brought attention to Icky J because Icky J is a part of what? The Vegan Patriot verse, or the vegan verse, whatever you want to call it. So I don't really know what to tell y'all. But I do agree with whoever Icky J is when it comes to their perspective on streamer parents. I do.
was in freaking the RV chat talking to
What up,
Jen
Big
J
Papa?
because there was like an audio
What up,
leak
Lee?
of me.
What up,
and
HIV?
Blogger. Like,
What up,
Blogger wanted to do a
PPM?
freak
What
out
up,
session
random
with me.
viewer?
I didn't do it with him.
What
I'm
up,
glad that
A?
I didn't because I felt like people set me up. I think there's definitely people in this community
What
that
up, the other
deliberately
30 of you?
orchestrated scenarios to benefit them, and so they could get content out of it, and also so that they could just, because there's a lot of people that I think are incredibly manipulative. I think there's a lot of people in here who's pretty much lives obsessively online. That's the only thing that they kind of have. and playing like marionette puppet with streamers on here.
Icky J is describing this one, Big Trolla. And look at how nervously she's laughing because she knows that Icky J is bringing it home. This is interesting. Welcome to Streamer Analysis. Glad I decided to do this tonight. And happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. May God and Jesus Christ be with all of you.
He's
Or,
delusional.
is, like a good outlet.
No, she's on point. She's not delusional. I don't know if Icky J is delusional about other things pertaining to themselves, but when it comes to Icky J's assessment of what's going on with the chatter parents, the streamer parents, the recapper parents, I completely concur with whoever that is. Completely.
Or like I think they're sad little lives, you know. But he's done goofed.
I put Trolla's Cash App. I pinned Trolla's Cash App. In
Oh,
the
you don't have to do
comments,
that.
So fucking.
No, he knows that he has to do that. And good on him. Good on him for pinning her Cash App because she's all about money. Probably one of the most greedy and materialistic streamer parents that I've covered so far. Absolutely.
Show some love and you can get a double bacon dance.
Nah, you don't got to do that. Thank you, though.
Oh, dude.
He had to do it. He absolutely had to do it.
I can't, you know, this is the thing. And I'm, you know, there's one thing that I am pretty like, spot on.
You're not
about
pretty.
Stuff. I told.
You don't know if she's pretty or not. We don't know what she looks like. Does Big Trolla know what she looks like? I know that there was supposedly a picture that was leaked of Icky J, but I don't think that was her.
Q, like Q, if you keep fucking with us and you keep fucking with Scribbles and you keep fucking with Vegan,
Nothing's going to happen.
Screw you over. They're going to take your fucking channel away. I really don't.
Okay, Mermaid. Well, you're saying think, but you don't know. You think, but you don't know. Until we know, we can't talk about what whoever Icky J looks like. We can't because we don't know. Not yet.
Don't put that much effort in trying to find people.
Oh, no,
on
not
here.
this
Like,
channel.
it wasn't. I think one time.
We're gonna take your
said
life.
I
mean your channel.
Club, but
No, like, well, no, not
invested.
the channel.
I was just angry.
Whatever.
But there's only so much that you could take, and I did. He went way too far, particularly with my dad. And
Repeating
I did
something you said?
like mass report his channel, and so did Scribbles. We didn't do this, like, again, we weren't talking to one another. I had no idea he was mass reporting, but I did have a feeling the moment that he.
Really? You're going to start sucking on a lollipop in the middle of this live panel with your boobs all out? That's a little bit of a sexual thing that she seems to be doing, but she's a bit hypersexual. She tries to conceal it, but she is. She likes the sky. That's what it is. Interesting. Let's keep going.
That Q kept bringing
What up,
up his
cats?
mom and his wife and using them as content, that he was going to go full force and take.
Well, that's the thing. He's not credible. And we know that he's on substances. We know that he's a bad parent. You can't listen to anything that he has to say or that he claims. Sorry. If we ever see a picture, or if anyone has a picture of Icky J, I would like to see it, but I know that that one picture that was said to be Icky J is not Icky J.
Down his
Scribbles
channel.
uses
I
his
said
mom
that
and
on
his
my
wife as
stream too, man.
content.
And but this is the arrogance.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I don't know a lot about Scribbles, but she's utilized her elderly father as content. She's utilized her daughter as content. It's all a part of her show. So why is she yelling about this Scribbles person?
So these people, they think that they can kind of do this stuff because at the time they weren't
What
really
up,
facing
Jake?
any real consequences.
See, this looks between the nails, the lashes, the cleavage, and then she's sucking on the lollipop. I feel like this is some sort of a precursor to adult content, meaning pornography. But it's not. Neither of them start doing anything or whatnot. But you know, that's why.
They were
Oh
living in their own
man.
little bubble, completely oblivious to the fact that the laws were not in their favor. You know, the things that they were doing, whether it was going against TOS or just honestly going against the the laws
Not
that are in place to
TOS.
protect people from being bullied online. They thought it didn't apply to them.
You see how wide she's opening her mouth every time she puts the lollipop in her mouth? Man. And he said that he's happily attached. What's going on here?
They're
And then
so
they realized-
stupid that they think TOS is like they think TOS is like the law.
I know.
You broke
It's-
TOS? I'm calling the police. I'm calling the
dare you
FBI.
break TOS?
If you're vegan, you call the FBI over TOS. Man.
Well, I mean, for a Caucasian woman, she really does have very thick features. I wouldn't say that she looks like a Neanderthal. That would be Pebby's. Pebby's looks very much like a Neanderthal, in my opinion, as does her boyfriend, Zaya. They both have that sloping brow and whatnot, limited intelligence. It's weird, but she wears the glasses because she thinks that makes her have like a certain intellectual look. And I guess she goes for like sexy librarian, but I've always thought the lashes are too much, and I feel like the whole look that she's developed is reminiscent of an adult industry look. But there's a lot of women in these communities who protest extremely against the adult industry, but they dress and act even like porn stars. I mean, look at the way that she keeps sucking on this lollipop while she's talking to this guy who definitely would remind her of a guy that she did date known as Danny. Okay? It's weird. There's a lot of things going on here. Welcome to Streamer Analysis.
FBI, I know you have a lot going on right now in the world to worry about, but like, I'm being bullied on the internet. FBI, hey, can you like,
totally
can you
cares.
like go fucking gun these guys? Or are we?
But she's called the FBI before on live stream. She's a FBI person. She likes to call. And I think she should call the FBI a lot more, truthfully, considering things that have happened. But, you know, I think she got discouraged when she got very limited results when it came to me, because, like I said, she's not really, from my perspective, out to stop or halt Zaya or Pebby. She wants to be in with that crowd. That's who she should be calling law enforcement and the FBI in regards to. But no. Instead, it's all about Alex. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to say that on my.
Yeah, don't.
That you ain't special. Okay, you can't go.
Have we ever seen her sucking on a lollipop outside of talking to him? I'm trying to think, because I don't watch her streams nowadays or anything really. But I agree. Rebel Heart. The information is in these clandestine Discord servers. Rebel Heart says, I think most of these female streamers do things on the side for donations. They do. They absolutely do. Some of the males do also.
And base your whole entire channel on destroying people on her, even if you don't fucking like them. I said this
Yes, I
before. There's people I
can.
fucking
Yeah, you
well, I
can.
wouldn't use the word despise, but people that I don't like. But I never went after Q's channel until he started talking about my dad, until he allowed people to go into his chat saying that I was molested as a child. I think if any person who's in a fucking chat and there's people joking about sexual abuse, particularly children, you are the biggest scumbag fucking losers
You
that
did
I've
that,
ever met.
Icky.
Zaya and Pebby's constantly do that in regards to her child, but she wants to be in their group and with them. We'll talk about that more so specifically when it comes to the Streamer Parents project, because Zaya and Pebby's are literally profiting off of verbally abusing, degrading, and humiliating her daughter specifically. But she'd rather focus on other people who are not profiting off of that and condemn other people who are looking at the big picture of how her behavior is negatively impacting her daughter. And I think part of the reason is because she wants to consistently cry foul when certain things happen and get the sympathy donations. So she's actually profiting off of the humiliation. In a roundabout way, she's profiting off the humiliation, the verbal abuse, and the degradation of her daughter. The middle person would be Zaya and Pebby's, actually. But she is benefiting, and she does seem to want to be with them, hence her allegiance or alliance with Sandman and some other people in their group. Hell, I mean, really a large percentage of her chat are people who speak horribly of her in the Zaya chats and the Pebby's chats and the Sandman chats. But she doesn't seem to care. She seems to be all about the money. So we're going to talk about that at great length.
You lied and said that I
Even
molested
vegan
someone,
on
you
her
piece of shit.
Oh, what is that? Some more hypocrisy?
She goes around telling people I was 20 with a 15-year-old.
She was over 18. I'll have to go back to figure out that information. But there was this situation when she was, I think, 18 or 19. And she was living in the home of a woman who had a son that was underage, but she was in a romantic relationship with the son. And there's this whole story about he had a birthday to where he or the mom flipped the candle from a 6 to a 9, and she claims that she thought that the guy was 19, but he was just turning 16. So she would have known of him when he was probably about 15. I remember the story. I think I have it clipped somewhere. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, you're allowed to lie on me and say that I did some inappropriate shit. Meantime, between time, you told people you got your dad arrested and they ran with it, and now you're mad at us.
Us. She's really identifying with this guy. Now, I do want to give you guys a little of his backstory, and it's not invasive. It's in a public stream. Ironically, with this person that they're recapping, Icky J, he does acknowledge that I think for about 10 years, he was a substance abuser, but he cleaned himself up. He was saying how happy he was to have cleaned himself up before his daughter came along. So he's a recovering addict. So she would heavily identify with him if his story is authentic. And it seems like it's authentic. I don't know why you would lie about something like that. But she really likes this guy.
Believable, Vicky.
Even though he's attacked.
That's all I gotta say about you. Blah.
worse. Never said that about anybody.
Thank you, Glock 40. You remembered 15 and 19. Okay. I couldn't remember whether she was 18 at the time or 19. But I do remember the story about the candle being flipped over on the birthday cake from a 6 to a 9. So the guy was 15 and she was 19. Thank you for that clarification. Okay, let's keep going.
On here. She never mocked anybody being sexually abused, but you motherfuckers would be pointing your finger at Vegan and say, well, she did this and she did that.
Yeah, exactly, Armstrong. Maybe don't say yourself you sent your dad to jail, and other people won't say it. How are you gonna fucking tell us something that I said?
Everything that he's saying about this Icky J almost could be applied to Big Trolla. That's why I'm wondering, is this some sort of a low-key troll that he's doing? I can't tell because I haven't observed him enough. There would be no way for me to tell at this stage.
Yeah, Vegan did some questionable things that I didn't agree with, but at least she never crossed that fucking line. So if you were in Q's chat and you were listening to other people,
Vegan taught a 19-year-old how to jerk a 30-year-old dick, so that's worse than anything.
No, it's not worse than anything. Vegan is not a parent. Big Trolla is a parent. And let me highlight this again. $19 and $15. Huh. Vegan's not a parent. I mean, I don't like Vegan anymore, really. Not as a person. I feel bad for her because I think that she is the victim of a very narcissistic parent, possibly two narcissistic parents. But Vegan's not a parent. So she can run willy-nilly and be as irresponsible as she wants, really, as long as she doesn't breach legalities. I kind of think Big Trolla is very jealous of Vegan because Vegan's not a parent. I don't think that Big Trolla really wanted to be a mom. I think she felt like she had to be. And sometimes when women really mess up in their lives and, are being condemned, they do have children in effort to, from a societal perspective, have like a clean slate or a fresh start. And then later they resent it, especially if that said woman embodies a lot of narcissistic qualities. She's a dog mom, but I mean, let's keep it real. I think it's wonderful when people have pets and they love their pets, but it's not the same thing as having a human being, a child. It's not. But Vegan is not a parent. So, completely different category from Big Trolla. I would like to see Big Trolla cover or, focus on some women maybe who are in her category. You know who's in her category? That woman, the Kate Show 420, used to be known as Kate the Turtle. But she seems to have a hard time dealing with her equivalent or someone who's in her category. She wants to focus on people that are not in her category.
Fuck out of here. Vegan taught a 19-year-old how to jerk a 30-year-old dick. That's worse than anything anyone said about anything on the internet.
Well, that's not true. As far as that being the worst thing that anyone's ever said on the internet.
Did she show how to do it with her fingernails? The chat made me watch a video I didn't
Claw
want to
job?
watch. Yeah, the claw job video. I couldn't watch it on my, like, I couldn't pull it up, but I was watching it like on my other monitor, and I'm
Oh
like,
god.
what the fuck? I'm like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, no, no, that's not how you do it.
Over amplify, laughing on her part. Look at that.
I was fucking traumatized from that.
Gross.
And agreeing with it, saying that I was sexually.
Wow, and look how she shoved that. You see how she shoved that lollipop in her mouth as soon as they finished talking about fellatio? Man.
Abused. You are the biggest piece of shit hypocrite that has. You're not even in remotely any position to fucking judge vegan or anybody else.
Look at how hard she's sucking on that lollipop. I mean, I know this is supposed to be more of an Eric AF recap. I think it's making him a little uncomfortable. I think because do you see his face? Every time she shoves that lollipop down her throat, he's like, oh God, oh gosh, oh God. Maybe it's turning him on, maybe it's not, but regardless, he claims to be happily taken. And then she's got her boobs all up in the camera, cleavage galore, the porn star nails, and then sucking on that lollipop. Wow.
Said anything on
Okay.
her. As simple as fucking that. That was fucking vile, and that pissed me the fuck off. And I was like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna.
And who even sucks on a lollipop like that? And while you're streaming, you're supposed to be doing a panel commentating. She's not even talking enough for my satisfaction.
Take his fucking channel down now, because now he's not only is he.
But you didn't. You think you did, but you didn't.
Insulting millions of people.
And you see how she? I mean, this is just. You see how I feel like she's giving him like a virtual blowjob using that lollipop. This is weird. This is really, really weird. And look at his face. Let's zoom in. First, let's zoom in on them both. Let's overanalyze. Look at this. This is a little bit of a sexual thing going on here. Look at that. You see her face? Who sucks on a lollipop like that while live streaming? Is she supposed to be a professional live streamer? And then this guy would remind her tremendously of that person, Danny. Interesting. Look at his face. Good thing he has that cap on and you can't really see his eyes very well. You can't really see his eyes between the cap and the glasses. This is very there's a lot of things going on in this. Is this the only time that they've been on panel together? That's what I would like to know. Anyone have any additional panels or footage? That's what I would like to see.
One of the worst, horrendous things could.
Oh, I know Yasmina. I know she knows exactly what she's doing. Please, you're talking to the right person about this. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to judge in regards to whether she found Jesus or not. I've noticed that she tends to do a lot of things that I do. Because for those of you who don't know, she has watched me for years, even before I ever knew about her. I do my daily page-by-page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible over on my Alexandra Mayer's channel. Then all of a sudden, she starts doing that. I enjoy playing piano and keyboard. Suddenly, she's doing that. Pretty much anything I do, she will do. A lot of us have realized that at this point. And that's part of the reason why she hates me so much, you know. It's one of those cases of somebody hating what they cannot be. She has extreme disdain for people who work in the adult industry. I used to work in the adult industry, but I mean, if this is not adult industry behavior that we're seeing at this particular juncture in time. When it comes to this lollipop, I don't know what is. I really don't. Let's keep going.
Ever happened to a child besides being unalived, using that to mock me and making content out of that, then I'm gonna make it my fucking mission that he gets a strike at least on his channel. And I did report them.
To no avail.
And like the whole fucking honey, he's toast, he didn't know you, but that was that's the thing. No, dude, I'm not vegan's cheerleader. Like,
Yeah, you
there's
are.
things that
And
I
do
didn't
you
agree
see
with.
the shape of that lollipop? I guess it's supposed to be a Christmas tree, but it's shaped kind of like male genitalia. And you see how she keeps sucking it? Man. And he doesn't like that. I think it's bothering him. I feel bad for Eric AF in this. I think he thought this was going to be a, regular commentary, but this is some sort of like this is something different.
What vegan did on here, but I've
We
said
can
this
let her keep
before,
thinking
that
she took Q's
I
channel
am not
down.
going to
It's
attack
funnier
vegan
with
because I
her
already went
thinking
down that
that.
road with
Yeah, I
her.
think
It
it's
didn't
funnier.
end well for either
And
one
she
of us.
keeps putting it like up to the camera. It's kind of gross, isn't it? If you eat a lollipop, keep the damn thing in your mouth. You don't keep putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out. I mean,
It was a waste of her fucking time, and I always would give her like a place to come here and to talk, because I know what it's like to go into chat
That's
and just
some
have
commitment,
people just fucking
Armstrong.
harass you and
I'll
say
be
all
right
kinds of
there
horrible
with you,
shit to
Armstrong.
you. I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be like attacked on all sides, and have people just feel like they have every right to say whatever the fuck they want about you on here, because this is the internet, and because you have this sort of bad reputation, so therefore they feel like
What up,
they can do
Melissa?
and say whatever to
What
you
up,
without any type
Yasmina?
of consequences. I
Melissa,
try to
hi,
be
Taylor.
fair to people like that. I will never ever attack somebody who's being attacked on all sides. I think that's an unfair fight, and vegan understands that.
Bye,
She also
PPM.
freaking realizes.
all right, we're going to fast forward a little bit. Just a bit. So that was weird, wasn't it? I thought that was really weird. At least, did she finally eat the whole thing or what? Let's see.
To have children that wanted.
Oh, now they're talking. Okay, we're going to rewind a little bit. She's bitching about being a parent.
Oh, what is that? Some more hypocrisy?
She goes around telling people I was 20 with a 15-year-old.
Hypocrisy.
We did get the age from someone who remembered she was 19. Well, we'll say 19 and 16. I won't even say 15 because there was a story about him turning 16. But 19 and 16. So whoever Icky J is almost got the story right.
Yeah, you're allowed to lie on me and say that I did some inappropriate shit. Meantime, between time, you told people you got your dad arrested and they ran with it, and now you're mad at us.
Unbelievable.
Exactly. That's how I remembered that the guy had turned 16, the upside down candle. Yeah. I think I have a clip of her talking about that somewhere. I'd have to go through my files. But I remember when I first learned about that story, because that guy Skelly from the Owls is who talked about it. It was his group. I don't know. I mean, that the whole lollipop thing kind of threw me. I was surprised to see that. It's definitely a sexual signal that she's sending Eric AF throughout this. She's highly attracted to him. And nothing's wrong with being attracted to people. I mean, a lot of people are attracted to a lot of people. It doesn't mean that they get together or anything. But that's why when he was in here one night, I did purposely ask him. I was like, hey, Are you single? Are you married? And he said that he was happily taken. I wonder if she knew at this time that he's happily taken. Is he in actuality happily taken? We don't know. Okay, we're just over analyzing. I'm awake. I felt like coming on here, so here we are. Here we are.
Blech. That's all I gotta say about you. Blech.
Well, we don't know if he's married. He said that he's happily attached. That could mean a lot of things. It could mean a living girlfriend. It could mean that he's dating somebody. It could mean a million things. It just could. Everyone subscribe to him. Ask him. Ask him what his relationship status is, because I know all of you want to know. That's why we're here. That's why. But yeah, that lollipop move, shit. Like, how long is she going to take to eat it?
First, never said that about anybody on here. She never mocked anybody being sexually abused. But you motherfuckers would be pointing your finger at Vegan and say, well, she did this and she did that.
Yeah, exactly, Armstrong. Maybe don't say yourself you sent your dad to jail and other people won't say it. How are you gonna fucking tell us something that I said?
Well, you already said that a few times, Eric AF. You need to come up with some more lines, some more things to say. Not just the same thing over and over again. Getting a little boring.
Yeah, Vegan did some questionable things that I didn't agree with, but at least she never crossed that fucking line. So if you were in Q's chat...
But who cares? Vegan's not a parent. If she was a mom or something doing what she does, that'd be one thing, but she's not. So who cares? And I'm not defending Vegan. Vegan can go straight to hell as far as I'm concerned, but she's not a parent. There's a difference.
Listening to other people.
Vegan told a 19-year-old how to jerk a 30-year-old dick, so that's worse than anything.
Okay, so we already... Let's see what they're talking about at this point.
Somebody who prides themselves as being like this cannot take criticism, because I did a little psyops on his motherfucking ass.
I don't really care what kind of a lollipop it is. It's weird. You don't sit on, like, I don't really think that if you're doing like a recap commentary sort of stream properly, you should eat a whole bunch of things. Okay, I can understand having some beverages or something to drink, but you know, not to where you're like shoving your face full of food and stuff, but you know, whatever. Different people do different things, I guess.
She can't even say a word right.
I did a psyops. Remember, like...
So we're back to the psyop thing and laughing about that. That's an effort to distract from the reality of the psychological warfare within these communities. It's a real thing. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to play the game and to what extent you want to play the game. And that's what you need to think about if you're a parent. How far are you willing to go? How in it are you, really? You know?
Life. She's admitted to it affecting her real life. How pathetic. She's essentially...
Sorry, the audio has to catch up.
Night into day, day into night. Exactly. Like, when I'm not on this stream, I'm fucking, like, doing other things, man. Like, I don't think about this all day. I really don't. Like, I'll go in other people's chats and stuff, like... When I get home from work, I'll chill and go in chats and stuff. But like, this isn't my life. It's literally her life. It's all she thinks.
Well, this is her life. For those of you who haven't been watching all night, I did calculate over the past 3 weeks how many hours per week she's been streaming. This holiday week, she streamed 52 hours. The previous week, it was 20 something hours. The previous week to that was about 25 hours. Maybe it was more, but we calculated it. She's averaging about 32 hours per week of live streaming, just so that you all know. How much live streaming Icky J does, I have no clue, and I probably never will tally or calculate that. I don't care. Oh, they definitely. Well, I'm not. I'm not going to say that they're good at it, but yeah, especially within the panelverse realm, pure psychological warfare. Yeah. Yeah.
Thinks about day in, day out. It's all she thinks about. She doesn't know anything else. This is it. This is her social life. This is her everything.
Like, does he know anything about Big Trolla? I cannot tell if he is trolling her low key or not. What do you all think? Do you think that he's trolling her in this situation just to see how she reacts to certain things? Because she's very triggered yet obsessed with this Icky J person. Then she has a natural attraction to him because he reminds her of that Danny person from her past. And then he's saying things about this Icky J that could easily be applied to her. That's why I'm wondering, was this some sort of like a troll to get her on this panel? Or is it just a little bit of an ironic circumstance? What do you guys think? Because I want to know what y'all think.
Everything.
Yes.
Meth horror fart thinks she's slick too. Dumb tweet
Apache.
Yet I have her admitting to a lot.
And that Apache person, is Apache in here right now? I saw someone say hi, Apache. I don't see them on my end, and I don't think I blocked them. So Apache is a fan, I guess, of Eric AF. Okay.
I can prove feds might be watching before I take my own action. She'll be ashamed she exists, really.
Oh, I see Apache. Now I see. So Apache follows this guy. I see Apache on the screen. There they are. So Apache. Okay, you're all up in this, aren't you? I question it too, Rebel Heart. I question a few things too, okay? I'm not going to accuse. I don't really care at this point when it comes to what she does. I do care about the well-being of her daughter, because a lot of her actions are likely going to negatively impact her daughter. I care about that. I also don't want to see her elderly dad be physically assaulted by these fools that she wants to be a part of. But when it comes to whatever she does at this point, I don't give a shit, because she doesn't really give a shit about herself. So, you know, it is what it is.
It's just, it was spreading hate, dude. It wasn't even entertaining. You know, people like, even Bay kind of has a...
I have no idea what her channel name is, nor do I care, nor do I want anyone promoting it over here. I don't like anonymous people. Until whoever Icky J is can come from the shadows, I don't give a shit about who that is, really. To me, it doesn't count when you're anonymous. I mean, I know I do a lot of streams that are audio only, but you guys know who I am. I mean, I'm sitting up here on video right now. You guys know my real name. I don't use a alias or anything at this point in my life. You know my name, Alexandra Melody Mayers. These other people, I don't like it. I don't like that Mustafavi situation. Why can't that bitch cam up? I know why, but I mean, come on. And I don't understand why a lot of you even entertain these people who never show themselves. It's weird.
Cattiness to him, and he definitely can go low. And I think a lot of
So
inspiration.
she's making a comeback? Well, good. There's going to be something interesting going on. Okay. A lot of people are making a comeback in 2026. So Gucci's is coming back. Ski Mask Andy is coming back. Who else is coming back? I'll tell you who I'd like to see come back. Stop Speeding. I met that one in person. He's interesting. Oh, what can be done? Awareness, which is what these people don't seem to want, is to spread awareness. And that's what I specialize in. Awareness. Just because there's not a law in regards to something being wrong doesn't mean that it's not wrong. Unfortunately, we do live in a society that actually protects the abuse of minors. It protects people who abuse minors. Have you not been keeping up with the Epstein situation? So it's up to us who know right from wrong to expose when we see a situation that could easily result and possibly already has resulted in a minor developing a very poor sense of self. No one deserves to be trapped in a situation to where your self-esteem is torn on, to where your parent basically condones other people profiting off of humiliating that minor. No, that's all fucked up, and y'all know it is. Okay? I don't give a shit whether CPS does a thing or not. Okay? When it comes to the narcissistic abuse of children by their narcissistic parents, who are oftentimes sociopaths and psychopaths, it needs to be documented because we are about to see the second generation of streamers come about. In other words, the children of live streamers are going to be streaming as soon as they're able to. Why have an environment to where they have to fly blind when there can be people who put together some sort of framework for them to where they can find a way to survive? You know? Just saying. So those of you who are like, oh, leave it to CPS. No. Where was CPS when all those minor age girls were harmed by Epstein? Huh? Tell me. You have to think.
That Hugh had, he took from Nick's AI, and he also took from Bay's channel. Like I said, he pretty much stole Bay's persona, and then he tried to mock Bay and turn Bay into a spectacle on here, and Bay was not going to take that shit. Bay is definitely one of those people that lives online, and he is somebody that's very witty, and he's really quick in chat. You can kind of pick that up, that he's an intelligent man. He's unhinged. I get the sense that he has some emotional, possibly mental issues that he needs to deal with, instead of passively aggressively passing his problems on.
Oh my God, sound it out. Sound it out slowly. Passive aggressiveness.
It's funny to me that he's mocking her speech where he has an obvious lisp. Do you think he knows he does? And I'm not saying it's bad to have a lisp, but you know who else does? Blogger. Slight speech impediment. Yeah. But I guess that's why he's making fun of it. Maybe he gets made fun of sometimes. I wonder.
Aggressive beep 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 beep. Learn how to fucking read.
Well, he is funny. I've seen a few. I've skimmed through a few of his streams. He is funny. That's why I'm wondering about this particular panel. See, I think he's a low-key troll when it comes to Big Trolla. He'd have to be, considering a few things that he's saying. He'd just have to be. I've never gone out to dinner with Captain Content. I've also never met Captain Content. You're thinking about Attila. I've never met Captain Content, have never been around Captain Content. So you are mistaken.
On here. But yeah, that's just like my opinion. But he was funny, and he's got a sharp kind of wit about him. Q didn't have that. Q was very easily
She's such a hater.
Very easily provoked on here, and his comebacks were very weak and they were pathetic.
They weren't too pathetic, because you cried and cried and cried every stream. Q doesn't even post anymore, and you're still talking about it. Well, it's been like almost a month now.
It's a fact.
It's been almost a month now, and you still are ranting and raving about Q. You use Q to try to talk shit on me.
Whoever Q was likely still is in these communities. I hadn't even thought about this in a while. And it's likely somebody who's someone that we're aware of. I've never sat and really thought who could Q the clips have been. Is that something that I want to think about? I could probably figure it out when I think about it. Maybe another day. Yeah, she did. She did. So did Trisha. So did Manette. Who else was around Captain Content? But I never was. I was never around him. Elisa Jordana was. Vegan Patriot. No, maybe Vegan wasn't. I don't think she was around Chicken Andy. She was on a different arm. But yeah, I never met Captain Content, never streamed with him, nothing. I've never had any sort of communication with him either, to my knowledge. But I did with Attila. And that was a platonic situation with Attila. In fact, it's been platonic with every male streamer that I've ever met, with the exception of 24 Eyes. A lot of the males have lied about me, and it does have to do with them wanting attention or clout because, as many of you know, once upon a time I was an adult actress, so I guess they think that makes them seem like Mr. Man if they lie about having had sex with me or something. Stupid. But totally platonic with the exception of that one dude.
Because you don't have anything to talk shit on me for. So you say, well, you're cool with Q, so...
Facts. It's a fact. Because that's what they do. They have to lump you in with people, or they have to bring up really old shit. Nothing is valid. Nothing is new.
But what is really considered old? What do you guys think is old? It is considered too old of a element or a time frame to revisit? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? I just wonder because what do you guys think is too long of a period to rehash something? Because the name of the game when it comes to all these recappers is they want to rehash as many negatives about the target as possible, right? Like, do you understand it's been over a decade since I left the adult industry? But that's all people can seem to talk about when it comes to me quite often, especially if they're looking for a reason to bash me, right? I left that industry officially in, I'd say, 2011. And now we're almost in the year 2026. It's been over 10 years. Maybe it's because I still look about the same. That could be a part of it. But how long do you think is a long time? Should there be time constraints on what you bring up about a person versus what you let go?
Nope.
But you're doing the same thing because your opinions of what. No, dude, I'm not doing the fucking same things. I wouldn't have anything to shit to
Well,
say about
it's
these.
designed to go on indefinitely. That's the name of the game. I mean, look, a streamer like Big Trolla, she doesn't do anything interesting at this stage in her life. She does nothing interesting. She is very boring, not very outgoing, doesn't travel, doesn't really leave her neighborhood. She streams it, which is weird. She's not exactly interesting looking. People, I think, kind of just watch her to see if they can catch her mistreating her daughter. That's pretty much what it is. And they like to see her have emotional flip outs. But the drama that she creates between herself and the other streamers is imperative to what's essentially her business model. The more that she can fight with other streamers, the more that people watch her. Nobody knows about her unless you talk about her. Like, she's going to have an influx of traffic after this particular stream because I'm talking about her. I don't know how much he's talked about her, but he'll probably talk about her more. She acts like, oh, I don't want people to talk about me. Yes, she does. That's all she wants is for people to talk about her, negatively or positively.
Bitches, if they weren't talking about me obsessively every.
I don't talk about you, Icky.
Yes, you. What?
How much you weigh?
What? She says that she doesn't talk about this Icky J person. That's all she's been talking about lately. What? Wow. You think it depends on if they changed or are still being horrible humans? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, if somebody wants to attack you about something from your past, it's fair game. There are no rules to the game. People try to create these rules. Don't talk about kids. Shh. Why not? Don't talk about the past. Well, now I'm going to talk about it even more. You know? It's like, come on. It's ridiculous. And that's why I'm wondering, how much does Eric AF, or how much did Eric AF know about Big Trolla prior to doing this recap stream? That's what I'm wondering. And all of you subscribe to him, Eric AF 187. I like that he does seem genuinely interested in the communities I've had the misfortune of covering's lore. I think that's good. Because we'll see him around for a while, I can tell.
Yeah, like you're like second down. Like Like when we get bored of talking about VP,
And she keeps
maybe we
shoving
might
her
talk some
tits
shit
into the
about you.
camera.
Facts. She's not important. Like, she's just an afterthought.
Oh, she's very important. She's important to this woman's business model right now. The only reason that she's getting donations right now is because she listens to Icky J day after day, just as she was listening to Vegan Patriot day after day. It's just constant. She needs something to listen to because people within these chats, within these communities who are the donators, that's what they want to hear. Okay? That's how it works.
Mostly we're just laughing at you. You're just you're just like a circus animal to us. We're just
Is he talking about Icky J or is he talking about this one? And who's us? I always find it interesting when people say us, we, us, we. Who's us and we? That's what I want to know.
It's like, haha, look at the circus animal. That's cool, man. Like, no, she's not a circus animal because I like circus animals.
No, she's like that like neighborhood scrub that like everybody just like lets hang out for a little while to like laugh at, and then like they start to like get on your nerves, and you're like, all right, it's time to go.
Oh yeah, I gotta go. See you later, fucking loser.
But we don't know who Icky J actually is. So there's only so many things that you can assess about whoever that is at this point. All right, I need to take a little break. I'm going to put something on for y'all. And I'll be back. Let's see, what should I put on? Oh, I know. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah. 42 and the light still burning. Show me that smile again. Stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. I've been living on a screen, every night on display. Chasing numbers, chasing voices that keep drifting away. Try to keep it all together, but it's pulling me tight. Feeling older in the daylight, younger late in the night. They say, man, you got a gift, but I don't feel it at all. And every time I miss a beat, stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. But I'm still here, man, I'm still standing tall. Looking for a spark in this digital hall. My reflection breaking small. Show me that smile again. Show me that smile again. I wanna get screamed, get uplifted. Find a little truth and get my spirit shifted. I wanna get screamed, get connected. A midlife crisis, never expected. Stumble, you might fall. Yeah, stumble, you might fall. But I'm still calling. Show me that smile again. I've been dealing with the doubt, with the pressure to grow. Talking in the empty spaces while the minutes run slow. People see a little avatar, but they don't see the man. With a future in a flicker and no backup plan. Try to laugh it off, try to answer the call. But in the quiet of the morning, stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. But I keep moving, yeah, I'm giving it all. Got the chat scrolling fast on the side of the wall. Feels like a lifeline after all. Show me that smile again. Show me that smile again. I wanna get screamed, get uplifted. Find a little truth and get my spirit shifted. I wanna get screamed, get connected. Middle of a midlife, never expected. Stumble, you might fall. Yeah, stumble, you might fall. But I'm still calling. Show me that smile again. 42 and now my beats played out so jive. Not sure what to say when I go live. Maybe wearing my leather motorcycle jacket will help. Stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. Still chasing that call. Show me that smile again. Show me that smile again. Stream me up, stream me up, stream me in. Stumble, you might fall, but you rise again. Stream me up, stream me in. Show me that smile again. Stumble, you might fall. Stumble, you might fall. Yeah. Stumble, you might fall. Yeah. Still standing tall.
All right, folks, we're back. We're back. We are back. So let's keep going. All right, someone in the chat is saying that she was a co-host but barely spoke. Well, this guy makes her nervous. That's why. He makes her a little nervous. She likes him. When she's attracted to a guy, she has a little problem with communicating.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong thing. Yeah.
Start like asking you for
I don't
chains
get-
and shit. Oh, it's about that
You got any
time.
spare change? Get away from me, Vicky. Weirdo.
the fuck how many kids you have. I don't care how many like streamers
Apparently you
fucked
do,
on
because
here.
that's all you
I don't
talk
give a
about.
shit about that stuff. That's not my top priority. But when you start talking
Oh,
obsessively,
that might become my top priority. Oh my God. Let's fast forward a bit. Let's see. Neither of them look very like happy. Like I feel like their smiles look forced or something. It's strange. Like I don't like to let anyone on my panel unless I actually want to talk to them. I'm not going to be like, it's weird. All right, let's start from here. Let's wait for the audio to catch up. All right, well, that's a good question. Does she have many male viewers? No. No.
Cancer mom, meatloaf. Imagine being more annoying than cancer.
Well, that's not something to laugh at. Imagine being more annoying than cancer. See, you know, I get that people want to be edgy and stuff like that, but she's going to sit there and laugh about cancer when she's always complaining about that guy, Rick, who she highly offended and who had the kid with the GoFundMe that she reported. See, I was wondering. I did a stream the other day. I'm very sensitive about cancer because my father passed away earlier this year of cancer, okay? When I saw Rick go on this woman, Icky J, or person, Icky J's panel, and he was saying he seemed like he was in such emotional turmoil and pain. I did join Icky J's panel to say a prayer, okay, for Rick, because one of the hardest things that anyone can contend with is taking care of somebody who has cancer. And then I did my own stream about it, and I was just kind of putting it out there because I knew he was listening. Hey, you know, focus on what's important, which is caring for your child instead of this jerk. But look, she's laughing about it again. You would have thought she would have learned her lesson. See, what do y'all think about that? Am I being too sensitive noticing this? Because I don't think I am. I want to see. Let's look at her face right here. Hmm. I want to rewind this a little bit. Saying, imagine being more annoying than cancer. And she laughed about it. Let's watch this.
Stupid bitch.
Jesus. Now she's gonna say we're laughing at her mom's cancer, and we're not. We're
You are.
making
No,
fun of her.
we're
We're not
making fun of
fun of
her,
her mom or her
clearly.
cancer. We're making fun of her voice and her.
Yeah.
But why are you talking about the cancer then?
Obviously. So Victoria, before you want to
No, we're making fun of the fact
rant,
that she disrupts her fucking sickly mother.
yeah.
That's what we're making fun of. We're making fun of the fact that she wants to come on the internet every day and be like, my mom is sick and dying. My mom is sick and dying. But then disrupts her sick and dying mother.
All the time, at all hours of the night.
Yes.
But no, she's not gonna. She's gonna not think about that part. She's just gonna say that we were talking shit on her.
Well, she talks about my father. My father is not on the stream. She brings up my dad more than a little bit.
Well, she's within bounds to if you're talking in profiting off of whoever Icky J is. Look, if Icky J's story is true, she's profiting off of pain. And if you profit off of somebody's pain, it's going to come back to you. Interesting. Oh, well, I don't think anyone should expect morals or manners. I'm just doing a commentary, over analyzing, thinking, talking to y'all. That's all I'm doing. Bob Ross says, I don't expect morals or manners from those streamers in a community where insults about race, sex, gender, etc. is common. Yeah. Yeah, well, you shouldn't. It's just a matter of, you know, how you want to present the information, I suppose, as a commentator or recapper or casual observer. And I would just say that the people who choose to take part in these communities, they have to be able to take what they dish out. And what I'm really wondering is how much this guy led her into some of the discussion tonight. I'm wondering how much Eric AF knew about Victrola before speaking with her, if at all. Maybe he didn't. I'm wondering a few things. But like I said, what I do like about him is that he seems to have a thirst for knowledge when it comes to the actual history, which is why I'm debating whether or not to bring back what was essentially my encyclopedia of a few of the streaming communities. I might not. I'll think about it. Let's keep going.
So she could suck a dick.
Exactly.
cancer mom, meatloaf.
Laughing
Imagine
about it
being more
again.
annoying than cancer. Yeah. That was the comment of the night.
I can't believe that she said that, honestly, considering that the element of cancer is specifically why this guy, Rick, has been upset with her for several years. She gets a weird, sick pleasure off of laughing at people with cancer. You know, for a while I've been thinking, man, that guy Rick should let it go. He should let it go. He should let it go. Maybe not. He would notice what I'm noticing right now. Hmm.
Oh, that was good. Oh man. Oh man, Victoria's so annoying. I wish I had cancer right now. So all right, let's fast forward through this island.
Because I did her.
Is she gonna come back?
Well, you know, I mean, people can laugh about whatever they want to laugh about, but it does tend to come back to you. And as someone who witnessed her best friend and her parent pass of cancer, that's really not funny. But I guess some people cannot think outside of themselves. They're incapable of empathy. But I guess that's why that guy Rick is as upset as he is. She's probably been making weird cancer comments for a long time that I don't even know about, you know? Leopards don't change their spots.
Give us and tell us what was wrong, so people don't
Like
speculate.
bad. My mom came in and like gave me some croissants, and she was asking about the laundry because I did her clothes, and she said some of her clothes are missing. I'm gonna have to go down the basement. When my brother goes to
What is a
work
croissant?
tomorrow or today.
She means a croissant, I think.
Croissant.
A croissant. My mom made me some croissants. Sound it out.
And what's weird is that this Icky J person isn't even like on camera, and they're really, well, she has to deflect at all cost, and he, I think, has led her into this. That's interesting. Okay, let's fast forward. Let's see, because this is like a 3-hour stream. Let's see, I guess they're talking some here. They don't really talk much during this, but I guess I learned a lot about at least the story that Icky J wants us to know about whoever they are by watching this. If we recap him again in the future, I'll try to find a different, more entertaining stream where he's talking a lot to where we can get to know who he is a bit more.
Glad you're back to the right team now. I don't get the baby stuff. The baby stuff was fucking disgusting. And don't tell me you weren't sexualizing a baby when you used the same mask that his aunt wore in an adult film. Okay, everyone's like, I'm against pedophilia.
So if I wore that mask from Halloween, I'm sexualizing myself?
So stupid. Like, regardless.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Like I said, regardless, it's a cartoon. It's not real.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like he photoshopped the mask on them and like made it an explicit thing.
Yeah.
It was just a cartoon. It was funny. Ha ha ha. Like,
wait, what are they talking about here? We're going to rewind. I want to hear exactly what they're talking about, because if they're talking about what I think they're talking about, let's see. I don't want to rewind too much. Let's see.
fucking 12 years and you're like stuck in like, what do they call it, psychosis, and like have permanent brain damage and shit.
But
like
your
that.
brain,
like,
your brain has neuroplasticity, which means that it can repair itself. So
Not
every year that
always.
you're off of drugs, your brain is repairing itself. So that's just not true.
Not nowadays. The way that a lot of these illegal substances are manufactured, they're designed to create permanent brain damage. The brain does not always fully recover.
Yeah, I do. I feel pretty intelligent, dude. Like, I mean, I can't judge myself, but like, I
He's intelligent. I'm wondering how intelligent he is, though, considering what I'm observing a little bit of here.
I think, and I've never been told, "Wow, you're really stupid for all doing." You know what I mean? Like,
People love to talk shit
no,
about
Josh,
drug
I do
addicts.
take offense when you're talking crap on me in Victoria's chat. You're talking crap on me in Victoria's chat, as if Victoria has the high ground over me. I am a little offended, Josh. A little offended.
And then say that they weren't sexualizing the child while doing it, or make content about my mother who's sick.
I'll cry about it.
You claim, Q, the reason why you went after Vegan's family is because you were doing it on my behalf. What was the reason why you went after my family?
Sorry.
Whose behalf were you going after
It's all right
at
this
that
time,
point?
Josh,
Like, who
but
were you
next
defending
time,
then? Because you went
I
lower
might just
than any
crash
fucking
out on the
person,
internet like
any
Vicky does.
any streamer that I know, or any clipper, because clippers weren't going as low like you were. Even Bay at his worst wasn't as bad as fucking you.
There you go, comparing people again.
I think the platform rules and what should matter. For half a second, you played a role, but I don't know when it changed first, though. I'm glad you're back to the right team now. I don't get the baby stuff. The baby stuff was fucking disgusting. And don't tell me you weren't sexualizing a baby when you used the same mask that his aunt wore in an adult film. Okay, everyone's like, I'm against pedophilia.
So if I wore
Oh, I see what it is. Okay.
that mask from Halloween, I'm sexualizing myself.
So stupid. Like,
It doesn't
regardless,
make any sense at all.
like I said, regardless, it's a cartoon. It's not real.
Yeah.
Well, she's complained at great length about things that have been cartoons, graphics, or photoshops that she claims she's highly offended by, but she's claiming that people need to relax about what this Icky J is talking about here. Well, if she truly feels that way, then her complaints about what she's complained about when it comes to a certain Photoshop that the author has apologized for, her complaints were disingenuous from the start. Isn't that interesting? Goes to show.
Exactly. It's not like he photoshopped the mask on them and like made it an explicit thing.
Yeah.
It was just a cartoon. It was funny. Ha ha ha. Like,
Again, I'm not saying I like this Icky J person. I don't like anyone who hides behind the mask of anonymity. I like knowing exactly who people are. I think Icky is a racist, considering things that are allowed in their chat, considering things that have been said on their panel. Oh, absolutely. I think that whoever Icky J is hardcore racist. Absolutely. But then again, a lot of people in these communities are hardcore racist. Why do you think they give me such a hard time? Someone who's racist against African Americans or blacks, I am absolutely their worst nightmare. I really am. Not because I do anything wrong. I've never been arrested in my life. I've never even had a DUI. It's because I'm intelligent. I'm attractive. I'm adventurous. Dare I say sexy? And I'm financially independent. I'm a lot of people in these communities' worst nightmare. I almost shouldn't exist, but I do. So I'm just saying. But yeah. Almost every streamer that I've covered is racist to a certain extent, primarily against African Americans. There's a lot of people in the United States who are not racist against any group with the exception of African Americans. There's people who are not white who absolutely hate African Americans. And you want to know what's funny? There's not very many African Americans. We are tremendously overrepresented in the media. If you really travel throughout the United States, you don't see many African Americans, with the exception of really metropolis type areas. That's starting to change a bit in the South. But what's interesting is that in the United States, racism south to north or north to south, it's reversed. You have more hardcore racists against African Americans and blacks nowadays in the Northeast and the Northwest than anywhere else. You would think that people who sound like this, who live down south, would be real racist. No, usually they're not. Usually the people who sound like that are white, have a tremendous amount of multiracial family members. It's the people that you would think are against racism up in the north and the northeast and the northwest who today are the worst of the worst when it comes to poorly treating people who look like me. That's the reality.
I didn't think it was like real funny, but it was kind
My
of
thing
funny.
is that,
Like,
like, cool, like, I think that we could say, like, okay, maybe that was over the line. Maybe using the nephew shouldn't have been done. But to condemn and act like it was the worst thing when Vegan has said things about my child, allowed way worse.
We wouldn't know about your child if you weren't always talking about your child, and if you hadn't exploited your child on your own stream not too long ago. She wants to act like a couple or a few years ago is a long time. Well, then why are you bringing up people's past in the adult industry from over 10 years ago? Rules for thee, but not for me. Rules for thee, but not for me. That should be a song. You think insulting someone's appearance or race or sexuality is childish and tells me they have nothing of substance than to insult another's appearance? Well, it depends on how you want to attack somebody. Sometimes you have to go low, and sometimes you go high. It depends on the circumstance. It all depends.
In her chat, people have sent Vegan donos about my daughter. Vegan has told her mods to take.
But see, why is she avoiding talking about the Zaya Pebb situation nowadays? That trend, when it came to sending donos about her child, I think it started with them. It might have started with Skelly, but Skelly didn't really go with that. That's part of why he decided to rethink some things. She's just looking for a reason to attack certain targets. That's all. I don't like that she constantly brings up her daughter, especially considering that her daughter's getting older. And I'm going to bring this up real fast. I want all of you, I went over this at the beginning of the stream, but we're going to go over it again. All right. What not to do. And this was something I asked the AI, which was wonderful. I mean, it really, if she listened to what the AI said, it's not like I wrote the answer all I did was ask the question. But the AI explains exactly how to stop the attacks on her daughter. But she doesn't want to do any of this. Okay? None of it. I'm just going to read a bit to you. All right. The non-negotiable priority, the child's safety and dignity. When adults online make malicious sexualized comments about a minor, that crosses from internet drama into psychological harm and potential criminal territory. Key principles. The child should never be the subject of public debate, defense, or commentary. She should never be named, shown, or discussed in live streams, positively or negatively. Responding publicly fuels the targeting. Silence and distance reduce it. Okay, then it goes into the streaming issue in regards to this particular woman. The situation is being amplified by the mother's live streaming behavior, especially impulsive reactions. That doesn't necessarily make her a bad parent, but it does mean the environment needs boundaries immediately. And what did the AI recommend? No live streaming about the child, ever. No reacting live to comments that reference the child. Delay reactions. Anything emotional should wait 24 hours or not happen at all. Use mods or filters aggressively. Block keywords related to the child. Auto ban sexual or insinuating language. Mods remove comments before the streamer even sees it. What I really want people to pay attention to here is section number 3. What not to do, very important. These responses feel natural but make things worse. And this is all in regards to if you're a parent and streaming and your kid is getting attacked by whoever your ops or your adversaries are. Publicly calling out commenters, don't do it. Defending the child on stream, don't do it. Naming accounts or showing comments, don't do it. Threatening people live, don't do it. Emotional breakdowns on camera, don't do it. Why? Because trolls are reward driven. Emotional reactions validate and escalate them, okay? So I just kind of wanted to go over that again. I do have it posted over on the community tab, but she does all the things that you're not supposed to do. She's doing it right here. And she's never going to stop. I did a stream that I wound up deleting the other night, brainstorming on what could possibly be done to reduce the harm that her child is experiencing due to the mother's actions, right? That's how we came up with that AI printout that I just shared. This man here, I asked to present that information to her. He did. He referred her to it, but will she ever stop? No. Streaming addiction, that could be a reason why, but also there's something called just not giving a fuck, not giving AF. I don't think she really cares. I just don't. I know. It's by design. It's actually a business model that she's using. When I have a chance, I'll make a graphic illustrating the business model that she's applied to her streaming. It's about money for her. Nothing more, nothing less. She is very greedy, very materialistic.
My daughter's name off of her banned words list so that people in her chat could say pedophilic things about my daughter. So my thing, and this is all happened live. People have witnessed it. When you're allowing people to send you money to bash my kid, when you're telling your mods to remove my kid's name off of your fucking thing so that people could say gross things about my kid in your chat, you're no better than somebody who took a fucking photo of a kid and put it into AI and turned it into whatever.
But we went over this the other night, and unfortunately, because I can't believe that there's no federal or state legislation outlawing what she outlined, but there isn't. People can, at this stage, generate as much money as they want via insulting her daughter, and she's allowed it for such a long time. Unfortunately, the word's getting out and it's becoming normalized, and it's going to make her daughter's life a freaking living hell. as she becomes a teenager. Now, that's what I have a problem with. But let me show you all something, because I just want to include all of this in this stream for those who watch me for the right reasons. Let me show you something. Because I couldn't believe that it's legal. Is this it right here? Yeah, here it is. I want to read this to you. And see, she knows this now, but she, in a roundabout way, is benefiting from the abuse and humiliation and degradation of her daughter. And that's what I really have a problem with. And that's why I'm never going to stop talking about it. Because we might not be able to save her daughter, but we can save other people's daughters by using this as an example. But let me read this to you, okay? Here's a clear and honest breakdown of how U.S. law, especially federal and in California, applies right now to the scenario that I described. Adults profiting from live stream donations that trigger text-to-speech insults directed at a minor, or maybe not even text-to-speech, maybe just chat room insults directed at a minor, okay? Number one, and I couldn't believe this, there is no specific federal law banning platforms or channels from profiting off donation-triggered insults toward a minor. And then it goes into federal law section 230, okay? It's crazy. I suggest everyone read through this. I'll post this. Where should I post this? I guess I'll post this at some point. I won't do it tonight because I'll probably be too tired before I do this. But all of you screenshot this. Read it for yourself. It's a loophole. But what's sad and what's scary is that she's aware of this now because she watches my damn streams and she knows what she's doing. But she wants to pick and choose who she complains about. Okay? And it's because she financially benefits from the situation. But meanwhile, her daughter is likely going to grow up with a freaking inferiority complex because of all this crap that her mother has brought upon her daughter's digital footprint, her daughter's reputation. You know?
But at the end of the day, like Q, I think was a new channel. I don't think they knew their limits. That might have been overboard. And I'm willing to say that that was overboard, but it's not worse than anything Victoria or Vegan have done.
True. That is true. I agree. I do agree with you. Like,
no, it's not true. But then again, to our knowledge, he's new. He might not know how bad it can really be. But he'll find out. All right, let's see what else they're talking about. Whenever she looks smug, let's see what they're talking about.
what am I gonna do? Act like you guys about it? Absolutely fucking not.
No, the more you cry about it, the more people will do it.
Yeah, we're not playing.
And that's what she wants. That's why she's always crying about stuff, because she wants to be indefinitely a victim, even though in actuality her daughter is the victim. So as much as she can stream and cry about things that she doesn't in actuality care about, she's going to do it because it generates money for her in the form of donations.
That fucking game, dude. We're not playing that fucking game with these idiots.
Well, it is a game. Eric AF, welcome to the game.
Fuck you. You wouldn't have any problem with that. You would stand with Q. The only reason why you stand with Q is because you weren't experiencing half the shit that Vegan, Scribbles, and I were.
Oh my god, what victims.
Fucking cry about it, you little pussy bitch motherfucker. Like,
Wait.
Chill the fuck out.
Icky's friend Away with Words in the chat makes videos about me all day nonstop and spreads fucking lies about me and my family, and I'm not crying about them.
Good question. Good question. No, platforms like YouTube are immune. That's a good question, though, Bob Ross. Couldn't the platform she streams on be liable if the kid is being abused? Nope. Let's go back to what we were just looking at. I'll read this to you in depth because that was a very good question. You would think so. You really would think so, wouldn't you? But let's read this, okay? Federal Law, Section 230. In the U.S., Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act largely protects online platforms from being held civilly liable for third-party content created by users, including comments, live stream chat messages, and TTS donation insults. Platforms like YouTube are generally immune from lawsuits over user-generated content, so long as they act in good faith to moderate harmful material. This means platforms aren't automatically legally responsible for earning money from a stream that includes harmful comments from viewers. Streamers themselves are usually not automatically criminally liable just for hosting user-generated insults, even if those insults are directed at children, unless other laws are triggered. Section 230 is a major reason why live stream platforms don't face civil liability for harassment content. So, I'm glad I did this little printout because I know a lot of you didn't know about this because I didn't know about it. I thought for sure there was some sort of legislation to protect this woman's daughter from what this woman is subjecting her daughter to, but there's not. There's not. It's perfectly legal what's happening to her daughter. And that's a shame. It's public child abuse, actually. But it's protected by the law. And then there's really not been any solid law written yet to stop it. So, I mean, if people really wanted to go to town and profit off of the continued public verbal abuse and degradation and humiliation of this woman's daughter, they could really take it pretty far. And there would be nothing she could do as of current to stop it. Nothing.
Trying to take their channel down, I ignore them for the most part. So, like, and
Yeah,
that's
Way
a
with
mod for
Words.
Icky.
How would you feel if we did that?
Like, that's a mod for Icky. Like,
Yeah,
one
I
of Victoria's
see you, Josh.
one of Victoria's mods was in her chat one day saying that I tie my kid up to stream, and Victoria was just like A-okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'd been blessed with children, I wouldn't be a streamer. Not at all. I wouldn't do any of this crap. It's interesting.
Tie her up, put her in the closet. Don't bother
Yeah,
me,
like,
screaming.
that's some
Don't
weirdo
scream
shit.
either. I'll, if you scream, I'm putting the tape on. Delusional.
That's the effed up stuff. How can a dad sit back and go along with this stuff? If they were bringing up your baby mama,
Because it's the internet and I don't give
daughter,
a fuck.
or they were bringing
Baby
up other
mama,
people
by
in
the way.
your family.
Yeah, I don't have a baby mama. My family's all here and happy. We all live in the same house, Vicky.
Oh, so now we do know. So he lives in the same house with his family. I would assume child and wife or girlfriend, child's mother. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't like that.
You got the lore wrong already. Even though you did like the first time you like said anything about my family, you already got it wrong, like usual. No surprise there. Where don't know where you get baby mama at?
Why is she so ghetto?
Yeah, you.
Okay, that's a good question. How is it okay for the platform? I guess you mean to be allowed to be an accessory to the crimes? A platform is a platform above the law? I see what you're trying to say. Okay. The law hasn't been written. I guess you didn't understand what I was saying before. There is no law written about this as of current. You know, live streaming has only existed for about 15 years. Okay. I would suggest that I'll post this immediately after the stream over on the community tab of the IP2 Wiki Info channel and the StreamerParents channel, because you all need to read this. I don't think you're hearing me or you're understanding me. I don't know why you're not understanding what I'm saying, but I'm trying to use as plain of language as possible. There is no legislation covering this that exists. There is a proposal, a couple. One of it is called the Earn It Act. It's even written on this printout, aimed at increasing platform responsibility for online child exploitation material. But as of now, they are proposed legislation. It's not enacted law. You can say really whatever you want about anyone's child online as of current in the United States and profit from it. There might be like a vigilante or someone who gets mad at you who comes after you, but the law can't do anything to you. Not at all. The platform, if the platform really wants to, their terms of service department could terminate your account. The platform itself, if you decide to try to circumvent being banned from the platform, could go after you legally, but it probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be cost effective really to do all that for the platform. And most people have common decency and don't do that sort of thing. But things are changing. Narcissism is on the rise. Sociopathy is on the rise. Psychopathy is on the rise. And greed is on the rise. Hey, times are tough. There's going to be other people who realize what I'm explaining to you, and they're going to profit heavily off of this. And certain legislators, I'll tell you what they'll say when it comes to people who complain about it. Here's what they'll say. They'll say, okay, well, really, we're looking at a huge tax-paying entity such as Google LLC versus some bored, likely mentally ill woman who is addicted to live streaming, who probably doesn't pay many taxes at all and probably is on some sort of government assistance. Okay? The legislators, it's in more so of a legislator's best interest to protect the big company opposed to her. Here's what they're going to say to her. They're going to look at her. Let's say this were to ever go into a court and she were to say, well, I think this bill should pass because of A, B, C, and D, they're going to look at her and be like, look, bitch, you don't want people to talk about your kid? Stay the fuck off of social media. That's what they'll say. They won't use those terms, but you get the gist of it. That's interesting what you're saying, but again, I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying, Bob Ross. So I'm going to take it further. You're saying it's crazy TOS doesn't allow you to play music, but criminal activities are not against TOS. Here's something I want you to think about. The music industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay? It's in a large corporation's better interest to protect the multi-billionaires opposed to some person who might not even pay taxes who wants to play music. Okay? It's all about protecting people with money. Now, here's another question. Do kids have money? No, they don't. That's why child exploitation is an epidemic worldwide. Kids often don't even have the same rights as adults. So even though it's a tough pill to swallow, big business does not care about children. Not really. And that's why you as a parent need to care about your own children and put your child's welfare and well-being before your personal desires and vanity. And what leads a parent to live stream? Personal desires and vanity, that's all. So now I've told you how the world works, haven't I? I'm getting a little tired. Sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm going to have to go to sleep now, or at least do something else. I don't want to be on here anymore. That got a little bit depressing, didn't it? I'm sorry. But I felt like seeing what Eric AF had to say to Big Trolla. We did learn a lot about his personality. He is funny. I think that he's also quite the troll. This was a very interesting exchange. Her reactions were incredibly interesting. We might watch some more of this another day. We might not. We might not. Is there anything else? Did anything else interesting happen in this stream? I'm just looking. She's just putting her boobs in the camera. We saw her eat the lollipop. Oh, she got another one. Unless it's the same one. Do you think that's the same lollipop? Wait a minute. Where was it? If it's the same one. Because this is like 2 hours and 15 minutes into the... It takes 2 hours to eat a lollipop? Is that normal? 2 hours to eat a lollipop? Really?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Or is it a different one?
And thank you for calling me, but
She just wants to keep showing him her tongue and mouth.
Sounds like a 41-year-old woman.
Call me later when you're free. You don't. There's no pressure.
So what if she's 41? Hell, I'm 46. Who cares? Time goes on. Age is inevitable.
Sure.
Yeah, I can call you if you want me
I'm
to.
not talking shit about
I just
your
don't
chat.
know, dude, how like great, like conversations you and I are gonna have, because I'm kind of having like a bad day.
I
It's fucking up my
agree.
like words and that.
We might not want to know where the lollipop was.
Just letting you know.
I just want you to know I enjoy talking to you, and
It's just weird to me to see someone eating a lollipop on live stream. I mean, who does that? Who does that? Okay, so there was a little bit of a break. Now she has a different one. She's just eating a bunch of lollipops this whole time. This is weird, isn't it? He is a hyper dude. You can tell.
I think she plays this song over and over and over again.
Probably. She
So
played
what?
this one song over and over again a while ago. It was like this. It was like a trap
right?
beat
Your
type thing, and
sister-
they were just
They're watching
screaming,
Vegan
but the
now. They're watching Vegan. Look at that. Okay, that's who they're watching now. We might. I'll stay on a little bit more because I want it, because we saw how she was when it came to the Victoria or Vicky J thing. Okay, lots of projection, lots of defensiveness. Let's see how she is as he's talking about vegan. This should be interesting, actually. All right, I might have my second wind. Let's go.
scream was really weird.
That's weird.
Oh
It
man.
wasn't like a good scream, and it was like, and she just kept playing it over. It was like a couple months ago. Everyone
Yeah, I
was
know
like,
what you're talking
the fuck
about.
is this music?
Wham, feelings.
And I was like, dude, I
If
don't.
you're
And
watching
everyone's
me,
like, Eric, listen to
I
that. I
could
was like, I
care
don't
less.
listen to that.
Tell me
I
whose
don't.
problem is what.
What'd she
'Cause
say?
I don't got a problem. You still don't matter, and you never did.
She's starting now.
Yawn.
Oh, okay. She's gonna tell everybody how they don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
No! Censored! Censored!
Thank you.
Oh, she.
Okay, we got to take a look. What needs to be censored? I can't stand vegan myself, but I mean, she's not in either of their category. I guess you don't have to be in someone's category to talk about them, but let's take a look. Okay, so she's wearing her bra this day. Well, that's a part of her thing. Okay.
She walks around in her bra and her panties, but it's like,
Well, wait a minute. Are you not pushing your cleavage up to the camera 24/7, bitch? And you're worried about someone who has almost no cleavage? Because I mean, let's keep it real. Vegan really is about as flat as a board, pretty close. And she's so what? But this bitch, she's sitting up here literally pushing her boobs together right in front of the camera constantly. This is what I'm talking about. This is I'm serious. It's amazing to me. I think this is just a case of a lesser attractive woman being very jealous of a woman who could be more attractive. Speaking of vegan, because vegan could look really great if she were to take better care of herself. I've always said that. But she doesn't take care of herself, and that's what it is. And I blame her parents for that, really, because vegan clearly has psychological issues that were never addressed. And I think her family does mistreat her. And that's why vegan mistreats other people. That's what I think. But this one, see, this one, she looks for easy targets. She looks for easy targets. God's going to get her. God's going to get her. I hope that God spares her daughter and her elderly father, but God's going to do something when it comes to this one.
she doesn't even have a body, so like no one cares.
She has the body of like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
like little bit of flabby titties that like
Yeah.
of a man. Like
She actually has a very common body for a white woman. A lot of white women naturally do not have breasts when they're of the lineage or the kind of heritage that vegan is. Usually they get breast implants, especially out west. This one, I know that she's technically white, but she doesn't really have the same kind of body as a lot of white women do. And it's not only because she's heavy at this point. And that's what's interesting. You know, gosh, who was it? Harvey Weinstein. You know, that guy who got in trouble for a few things. There was this article, I think it was in the Times, that was called Becoming White. And it was about how there's certain ethnic groups in the United States that today are classified as white, but weren't not always. I think it's interesting that she seems to be, that she was a fan of that Turning Point. What was it called? That guy, Charlie Kirk. Because Charlie Kirk, considering what his mindset was, probably wouldn't actually consider her to be legitimately white. There's a lot of people who wouldn't. Legally, she classifies herself as white. Her daughter is legally classified as white, as is she. But even though I pretty much know for a fact that vegan has a little something in her genetics that is not white, vegan would always be considered more white than this one. Always. And maybe that's part of the jealousy that this one has. I don't know.
you know what I mean? A little flabby, little stomach, but like still skinny, like a skinny 70-year-old man.
You don't have self-confidence. All you do is sit on a computer and stare at someone
Did
else
she
living
really?
life while you don't live yours. Honestly,
How did
like,
you
what
know?
Why do you feel special? You're actually a loser. I'm just gonna get
I can
real.
do that and still be better than you. That's crazy.
I know.
Okay. Still sucking on that lollipop. And what is she wearing? A sweater, pajamas, a tank top pulled all down with what, a push-up bra? Is that what that is? I mean, why, if you're cold and you're wearing all those other clothes, why do you have the boobs all out? It's weird to me. Let's see. I think this dude's trolling her to an extent. I can't prove it, but I just think so. I'm just skipping through because I want to go, but I am curious to see how this concluded. All right, I'm skipping to like the 2-hour, 43-minute mark.
Viewer, but I'm the #1 black people stream now.
Oh, wait, he's talking about black people. I'm going to have to listen to this. I did not know that he was going to talk about black people. I wonder if he does know any black people. I wonder where he lives. He seems to live where it's cold, because I know that he did some sort of a stream outside and there was snow. So is he in the Northeast also, like this girl? Or is he somewhere else? I wonder where he is. But yeah, would he have any black friends? Probably 2. He probably has 2 co-workers or something that are black that he considers his friends, but That's probably about it. He appears to be some sort of maybe Polish. That's what I would assume. He's Polish or something.
Make money, VP. You're a lolcow. That's how lolcows make money, with hate donates.
But you can graduate from being a lolcow. It's possible. Just because you're a lolcow at some point doesn't mean you always have to be.
Hate donations. TTS hate donations that pop up on the screen and say, hey, fuck you, you fucking loser. And then you rage out for fucking 5 minutes and talk about how you're not a lolcow and all this other shit. And yeah, this is how it goes. If you would just let all the people talk shit in chat and you wouldn't
She'd make
scam
money.
donations, you would make
money.
so much fucking money. You would be able to buy.
Maybe she doesn't want to be that, though. Psychologically, it's not healthy for someone to consistently read a lot of hate directed at them. It's not healthy. And the money can never compensate for the damage. Well, why do they want her to? I don't like vegan. Not after a little something that she did that breached my trust. But why would they want her to subject herself to something that's hateful, considering? No, I don't agree with that.
A car, probably, if you would just let people fucking hate donate to you.
She's too thin-skinned.
But
Oh, really? This one's going to talk about being thin-skinned? Really? You know, there's certain things I could do that I haven't done, right? Those of you who have followed me for a long time know that. Huh. Let's keep going. I'm going to restrain myself from saying something I probably don't need to say.
Thin-skinned pussy bitch.
I wish my haters would send me money to talk shit to me.
You're not interesting enough. And you never will be. Imagine saying that and being a mother. I wish my haters would send donations to me. Money is the manifestation of energy. Do you notice how I don't request donations on my streams? There's a reason why. There's a reason why. I don't want money from people who hate me. Why would I want energy from people who want me to die? I don't.
They probably wouldn't now, though. They're over that. That was like a 2 years ago thing.
Yeah. Now
They're
just want to
kind
go
of
real
over
life.
it now. Yeah, they're just annoyed with her now. They're not trying. People don't rage bait her as much as they used to back in the Rage Mobile days.
Oh no. I had a life that I
Yeah,
built that
she
you
even
can't
lost
even
to hate
fathom.
donos.
That's why you wouldn't understand being pissed about being proud of you. Maybe some of you should grow confidence in matter. Try.
Hey, Jake, not for long if that 10% keeps up. Like I said, Jake, I work for the blacks now, so.
You work for the blacks now? I guess he's talking about me, and he's correct. Eric AF, would you like to know who you work for now? Me. You must be psychic to have said that. You work for the blacks now. You do. You work for me now. That's funny that he said that, isn't it? Let's rewind that. He does work for the blacks now. He works for me. He doesn't know it yet, though. It's funny that he said that.
I guess so.
Is it?
No, there's no raise. No, and he's starting on the ground floor. He's basically an intern at this point. But yes, he does work for the blacks now. Me.
Yeah.
It doesn't look familiar. So it looks like she's in
Yeah.
a different room.
No, it's
Usually
a
she has it
fuzzy
like
room.
set on a stand in front of the bed, and the bed has like fucking 10 pounds of food on. Oh, that's the bottom of the bed. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So it's I just haven't seen that corner of the room yet.
Yeah.
So she put a mirror up there, and she's putting makeup on at 1:30 in the morning, and
Mm-hmm.
and then going
Not a
for
tweaker,
walk.
though. She's not a tweaker.
And then going for a walk. And then you say you didn't sleep. You don't sleep all day. So when do you sleep then? That's called you don't sleep.
It's her OnlyFans angle.
People say meth. I don't think she's on it, to be honest. Like, cause I'm 100%.
I do.
Adderall. That's her thing, the Adderall. I think that she's dabbled in meth, but she's an Adderall girl. There's quite a few.
Like, I'm 100%.
I do, and I have insider info. So I'm going to go with meth.
I have insider. You don't know. You don't leave Staten Island. Huh.
Amphetamine for 500. Now, do I think it's always meth? No. I think it's meth sometimes and a lot of Adderall other times.
I was gonna say Adderall.
But it's definitely a lot of
I was
meth
gonna
too.
say Adderall because like she doesn't show a lot. Like I've been around a lot of fucking meth heads and shit like that, and she just doesn't show a lot of signs of like meth headers. Like
Because
plus,
she's been
we've
abusing
seen it-
Adderall.
Plus, we've seen her hard on it, and she like.
Ah,
But she
I
was abusing
wondering.
Adderall since she's 17 years
Look
old.
at
So
who's
imagine
in
abusing
here.
the substance all that time.
Look at who's in here. I was wondering if you were out there. I'm just recapping you. It's a little bit of commentary. What do you think about the commentary so far tonight, Eric? In case you didn't know, you really do work for the blacks now. I'm wondering, are you secretly psychic? Because I'm the black person that you work for. It's me. It's me. I'm your boss. You'll learn a lot from me. You won't be getting a paycheck until maybe 3 years from now. From me, at least. You might get a paycheck from Google. But he's in the chat, everybody. Eric AF187 is in the chat. Make sure that you subscribe to him. No, he's not on the panel. I'm not doing an open panel tonight. No.
Meth doesn't really hit her like that.
Meth vape? I've never heard of that one.
Oh yeah, they definitely smoke of the meth out of a vape. You could put meth in a vape, for real, for real.
That's crazy.
She knows a lot about that. Interesting.
I never did that with any drugs. I always just shot them up. I didn't waste my drugs.
I put mine in pills.
Or fuck yourself. Trying to
Capsules.
take you out, you dumb fuck. God, I hate everybody.
I hate to say it. I think she's going to relapse soon. I've been thinking this for a little while. And I'm not the kind of person who thinks about anyone relapsing, really, because I've never been an addict. I don't really think about drugs or anything, but I think that's going to be what we see. I think so. Because at an increasing rate, she is talking about drug use. And one of the worst things that a person who's been a user can do is go into the line of work that she's gone into. It's just too triggering. And she has such low impulse control. So, yeah. I just think so. Low impulse control. She can't handle a lot of stress or pressure. She is strong, but everyone has their breaking point.
He was just talking to the dog.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate everything.
That was the part?
Yeah.
She's called her dog a piece of shit?
She's like, telling her dog she fucking hates her. I fucking hate you, you dumb piece of shit.
Me, I don't care. Hate you all. Hate everything. Really. Fucking why did I talk about I about today?
All right, we're going to move forward. Just waiting for the audio to catch up. What I'm going to have to do is probably reload OBS over on my MacBook at some point. Maybe I'll do that in the new year.
But like, why are you staring at me instead of just getting to the, like, I'm trying to take you on a walk on mouse, like, I know you want that. So, like, you're gonna make it hard for me? That would be really irritating and pointless. I don't appreciate that, so don't. Yep.
Holy crap. My daughter's pissed downstairs.
Okay.
Yo, they live in the ghetto? Oh, she cries. She cries. She's crying.
This?
No,
Oh,
she's crying.
Right now?
Yeah. You hear her whimpering? Well, that's
And she gets delight off of hearing somebody else suffering. See, that's what I'm saying.
2 for 2. Icky cried today. Vegan cried last night. What the fuck?
Let's fucking go!
I almost, you know what? You know what? I almost said something about it, but I didn't. She's, I mean, between that lollipop, taking all the bong rips on stream. I mean, I get it. The cannabis is legal and whatnot, but you just would think that someone who, you know, someone whose entire identity is wrapped around being a single widowed mom trying to be a substance abuse counselor, that you would present yourself a bit differently publicly on live stream, especially if you're going to consistently talk about your child, because her digital footprint is going to be linked to her child's. So you have to think about that. But she doesn't. Not at all. Not at all. We'll look at a different stream of his in the future that has to do with maybe something completely different that he's talked about. I thought this one would be a good stream to introduce him to a lot of you, because I know a lot of you follow the Big Trolla saga. And this was kind of a overlap, merging of the worlds. And her behavior was interesting in this. But I guess you can't really answer my question, Eric AF187, and you don't have to answer in the chat, but I do have one question for you. Were you trolling her throughout this? Or were you authentically being yourself and saying how you feel about certain things? That's what I want to know. Because I don't know enough of you to be able to assess that.
Oh, we got 2 cries in one
But we're the
stream.
miserable ones?
Yeah, you're miserable. You've been miserable for years. I would say he's a new kid on the block. I think that he's you know been on the internet probably doing other things, but he strikes me as a oh. He's new, or wants us to believe it. I don't think things are going to end well for her. I just don't. Sorry. All right, is this the end of it? Do they come back? Not really. I think she's about to go. Let's see what happens here.
Stop.
Oh, she
Where are
yells
you
at the dog that's
going?
gonna kick her. Walking around
Where's
the
she
ghetto.
going? Where's she going at 1 o'clock in the morning? Does she have a destination, or does she just end stream on her trip?
Well, she's single, child-free by choice. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do. She could be going anywhere. And again, I am not defending vegan, not in the least, but it's... I guess it's hard to witness people who are child-free by choice when you're a parent. Because when you're a parent, ideally, your life should be completely forfeited to the new life that you created. People who are child-free by choice, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, it doesn't really matter.
Does she actually go anywhere?
No, she just walks around the ghetto with Abby and yelling at Abby that she's gonna step on her. And telling her dog to walk straight. Walk straight!
Ridiculous right now. Like, trip me again.
I personally don't find the vegan situation funny. Because I know that she's got so many issues and is not cared for properly. I can't laugh at it.
Ooh, oh my god, Abby. Fucking
She's
hell,
so
fucking like
mean.
brilliant bean boogie. You're too smart for being ridiculous right now. Like, trip me again.
She lives in
I
the
swear.
ghetto on it.
Like, literally. Can we not? Walk in a fucking straight line.
It's a
I
dog.
would
You have
really
to
like
train
not
it.
faceplant.
Well, that's what a lot of people have been saying at this point. If Controla's job is dealing with drug abuse, what she is saying is not appropriate. Well, it shows complete lack of compassion and empathy. And if you're going to be a substance abuse counselor, one of the key elements should be compassion and empathy. But she doesn't have that, really. So...
right now, and I don't have the fucking energy.
You know how to
Abby,
train a
please
dog?
stop.
That dog is not trained. It's never been trained. Never will be trained. It's...
We all should, Melissa Turds. We should all go outside, take a picture of us touching grass, and post it on our
Oh,
community
hell
post.
yeah. I'm down to do that. I'll touch sand.
I mean, that's dog.
Go to the
Not
beach.
trained right now. That makes fucking crazy. It would be really nice if you could just stand in one place.
What?
And not run away.
What?
5 things. Can you sit in one place,
No.
please? Thank
Oh,
you.
he's out of
Not
beers.
walk in 5 different directions. That would be so cool.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck is up with that baby? That is obnoxious.
Well, this
All
is
right.
about the end of the stream.
You're
Absolutely
obnoxious. You're playing
unnecessary
music
and
at 2
retarded.
a.m.
Why is that beeping? No need. But sure, why not? But yeah, project into mine and tell me what I'm doing and make it reality, I guess, if that's how you get to bed at night.
Project.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
When she
you're not
listens
out
to
of
one
beers?
song over and
It's all
over again,
math.
she's always spiraling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. My internet burped. But yeah, my question was if you plan to have her back on your channel as a co-host again, since you're in here. I'm back. I'll be back where I have stable internet after Christmas. I'm still somewhere that I don't want a lot of you to know that where I am. That's part of the problem. Her job isn't to tell me what to drink on a Friday night. I'm not telling you what to drink or what not to drink. Is someone telling you what to drink or what not to drink? Maybe. Well, we have assessed that she definitely likes you a lot, but we've also learned that you're attached and you live with your beautiful little family. So, oh, the chat was saying that? Okay. Well, I'm not against anyone who drinks beer or wine. I like beer and wine. I try to keep it to a minimum nowadays just because I'm getting old. But that was an interesting stream. I don't know how much of this recap you watched, but you can watch it if you want to. I disabled the DVR, I think, before I started, but I hope you stick around in these communities, Eric AF. What I like about you is that you do seem to want to learn the actual history and lore about a lot of things. I haven't watched all your commentaries. That particular commentary, I felt like there could have been a lot more talking than what was done. I felt like there was a lot of awkwardness between you and your guest at that moment. But you're funny. But I'm wondering exactly how diabolical you actually are when it comes to your trolling. And you're strategic with how you wear your hat and you have your glasses on. We can't really see your eyes, so it's hard to tell. But I like you. I like you a lot. You seem like a very nice guy, actually. And I think a lot of people are going to like you because you're a little kind of maniacal. But I also think that you're very, very, very smart. And I'm not just saying that to flatter you. I think you're a lot smarter than you let on. That's what I think about you. But there needs to be more recappers and commentators who do a good job and who do understand the intricacies of these communities. And I think that considering your backstory, things that you've overcome, you're relatable, you know? But make the effort to really learn the lore. Make the effort to really learn the history. And create that balance between these communities and being a parent. But I'll tell you, if you really learn the history and the lore, this could be a nice little money-making situation for you. Because I think people would donate to you. I think a lot of people in these communities would gravitate pretty heavily toward you. I'd rather watch and listen to you than that guy Sandman NYC. That's all I have to say. So anyway, I'm going to let that be it, everybody. I got to get going. I've been on here way too long. But everyone subscribe to Eric AF 187. Eric AF 187. And have a good night. I'll see y'all later. Why am I still here? I'm trying to go. Bye.
Through the noise and the frenzy of the feed, voices on the edge, begging for things they don't need. Streamer analysis, if you're a public figure, you can't escape accepting online comments.